Welcome, Guthrie Bluejay Wrestling fans. We are live inside of the Cushing High School Gymnasium. Guthrie Bluejays are fixing to kick off a duel versus the Cushing Tigers. We are fixing to get this junior high duel started a little bit early. I went ahead and got online for you guys. I wasn't sure if they were starting at 6. They were supposed to, but the teams went out, did coin tosses, and looked like they were fixing to start. So we wanted to get this duel going. Just want to welcome you guys that are watching live. Really appreciate you guys tuning in back home in Guthrie and across the state. We're going to try to bring you some good action from tonight's duel. Should be a lot of fun. I just got the junior high rosters, and obviously not a lot of information on these junior high kids, but we will do our best to call this and to keep you guys on the action, especially for those of you guys that couldn't make the drive over here today. I just want to thank Guthrie News page for letting us put this on their network, and all of our wrestling this season has been there. I want to thank Chris and everybody back home for always helping us out and making these productions possible. I'm going to kick back off here for a moment and finish a few notes that I have and get a few things ready for the broadcast. We'll keep it live here, and as soon as the action starts, we will bring it back to you.
You know you don't have the right logo. You have Pryor's logo for Cushing.
That.
Yeah, it's better.
This is on.
Oh, sorry.
It's fine. It's crowd. It's cool.
What
right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. I do apologize. I had to shut the stream off. We were having some technical difficulties. I could not get it to switch off of my face, and I know you guys all came on here to watch some wrestling. So I had to shut things down, readjust, but it looks like we are back to action, and you guys are seeing what you want to see. Guthrie Bluejays taking on, or we are in Cushing tonight, as the Cushing Tigers are hosting the Bluejays. This is the start of the junior high duel, and this will be followed by the high school. Now, the the girls are not wrestling tonight. Cushing does not have a girls team, so the girls stayed home tonight. They have practice, and then they'll go home and hopefully watch some of this duel. And meanwhile, the junior high and the high school travel down here to Cushing to get some more matches. Big weekend last weekend for the Bluejays. Started off with the high school taking a last-minute trip out to where did we go last week? We went out to Salisaw. That's right. High school boys went out to Salisaw while the junior high wrestled in the city. The girls wrestled over in Yukon. And then the Little League was over in Ponca City. So it was all Guthrie wrestling this past weekend. And now we pick back up on Tuesday with the junior high coming out here to start off this duel. Going to start off tonight's duel. Hudson Green for the Bluejays taking on Andrew Myers as we get things kicked off here at 80 pounds. Hudson's out there feeling him out. Now they get into some collar ties. Big double leg shot here by Hudson Green. He's in deep as he cuts the corner, steps over, and picks up 3 points for the takedown. Now he gets right to work on a half as Andrew Myers does a good job posturing away, trying to keep his elbows heavy so his arm doesn't get caught. Headgear crossed across his face now, but they keep wrestling. Hudson Green here got a little ankle ride as he's working hard on these inside bars. Andrew Myers trying to get up on top, and now Hudson Green's got a half on the far side. And Myers does a good job getting that elbow back, getting it down. He's got a lot of weight on it now, and he's posturing away from the half. That's how you defend it. He's doing a good job there. It's been Hudson Green, all Hudson Green so far. We're down under a minute now in this first period. Hudson Green now goes for a cradle on the far side. He's got it locked up, and he's starting to run it. Myers does a good job defending that as well. Myers has not been able to get up yet, having trouble getting out as Hudson Green's been all over him, but Myers doing a good job staying off his back, staying on his knees, hadn't gotten bellied out yet, which makes him a threat to come up. As you see him posting that outside leg, he'll start to try to climb up, but he's got to get his head off the mat and get his hands on the mat. But Green just being relentless here. Too high now, reaching back for a headlock, wasn't able to get it. Referee stops the match. Looks like that was an illegal hold by Hudson Green, and he's going to lose a point there. Point's going to go to Andrew Myers. So there was an illegal hold of, no, I take that back. Looks like the illegal hold Andrew Myers had. He reached back and grabbed a headlock, locked his hands without an arm. That's what he did. And so that's going to be an illegal hold. A point will be awarded to Hudson Green. That's my fault. I wasn't following that right. But now Hudson Green back on top, getting to work. He's got Myers broke down now, and that's what he wants. He wants to keep him on his belly. He's got a chicken wing. He's running a chicken wing over the head. Myers trying to defend here, trying to get to his knees, but now Hudson Green runs him over. Referee blows the whistle as we are out of time in the first period. Good period for Hudson Green with a big double leg takedown. Was running that chicken wing. Almost got it over, but ran out of time. Andrew Myers did a good job that first period, staying off his back. Didn't allow Hudson to get any more points. And now the choice is going to go to Cushing. They are going to defer to the third period choice. And so Guthrie's going to get their choice in the second period. They're going to put Hudson Green neutral. And we're back to action here in the second period. Now, junior high goes minute and a half, second and third periods, when the first period is 2 minutes. So high school goes 2-2-2, but the junior high only goes one period for 2 minutes. The other two periods are minute and a half. Hudson Green now trying to get in on that same double he had before, but now he's got an underhook as Andrew Myers goes for another headlock. Now Hudson Green's got a headlock, goes up for the snake, brings it down. He's got a half snake here, and now he's got Hudson Myers in all kinds of trouble. He got near fall, but he's going for the pin here. Hudson Green scoring a lot of points tonight, looking good. Andrew Myers is going to have to try to find a way to get off his back, but this is getting tighter and tighter as Hudson Green for the Blue Jays picks up a pin for the first match of this duel. That's going to be 6 points for the Blue Jays as we move on. As we move on to the next junior high weight. We'll see if we can't get these graphics corrected. That was a little bit of trouble I was having earlier on, folks. I do apologize for that. We're going to move on to, I believe, 86 pounds is the next junior high weight. We'll be at 86 pounds where the Blue Jays are going to run out Caden Hall. And he is going to be wrestling Mason Tucker of the Tigers. Not sure what the in-house delay is. But we are getting things ironed out, it looks like. Looks like the guys down at the head table just trying to get some of their stuff taken care of, as are we, as we move on to 86 pounds.
The 86-pound division, for Guthrie, take call for your Tigers, Mason Tucker.
Caden Hall for the Blue Jays taking on Mason Tucker, 86 pounds, as we get to action here. Tucker down on his knees, trying to get in on a shot, not able to do so. Both guys feeling each other out. They'll change levels, they'll check distance, they'll try to get comfortable, and then they'll start trying to attack. Tucker looks real quick on his feet, drops to a knee and moves. This time, Hall goes in for a shot, but misses. Not too much of a commitment there. Both guys still trying to feel each other out. Both guys still feeling each other out. Not a lot happened yet, but now they're back into contact. Wrist control here by Hall. Tucker goes for another shot, and a reshot there by Tall. Did the right thing. He's just got to try to base up now. Tucker going for the snake. Caden able to get back out and get back to his stance here as they redirect. Hall with the inside ties. Got that collar tie. You can see it on the right side. It's a big, heavy collar as they clear out. Both these guys look like they prefer outside shots, meaning not when they're tied up. So they're tying up and kind of stalling each other. I would think one of them on the way in would try to duck underneath one of those arms and catch a leg. When they lock up, it doesn't seem like anyone's really wanting to do much here. Back and forth they go. Big snap down there by Mason Tucker. Didn't have the effect he wanted, but it was a big snap. He snapped all the way to his knees. He had the right intentions, but just wasn't able to pull it off. Caden Hall was big-time double leg there. Was in deep, and Mason Tucker with heavy hips. Caden Hall able to get back out of that. He did a good job reacting. Shot in deep and was all the way in. Stopped moving his feet. And when he did, Mason Tucker was able to just put his hips down and shut it down. And Caden Hall did a good job not going to his belly there, not getting stuck underneath. He just worked himself back out. And so that was the end of action in the first. 0-0 going into the second period. Mason Tucker goes on bottom. Caden Hall from Guthrie is on top. And we are back to action here in this junior high second match of this duel. Hall's got the far arm. He's going to try to go for a dump if he can. Now looks like he's trying to twist up a barbed wire. He's got 2-on-1, 2 arms on one, above the elbow. That's good. But Tucker did a good job posting and getting to his feet. loosening up that hold and getting himself to his feet. Earns himself a point for the escape. And now they're back to work on their feet. Remember that first period, no one scored. Both guys tried to feel each other out quite a bit. Mason Tucker did a lot of outside little pick shots, if you will. And Caden Hall was in on a deep double leg. Just was not able to finish that. So we'll see if he goes back to that. We'll see if Tucker can maybe snag one of these ankles. Both guys has the leg, and he's got his hands locked. But now he gets them broke off. Caden Hall does a good job getting the rear ankle. He's going to try to pull that ankle to the butt, and he's going to keep circling, try to stay long. He's got to keep his legs straight, or Tucker's going to pull that thing back in. So when he bends it, Tucker pulls it back in. You see that? Tucker pulling hard now, gets to a crackdown. Tucker now swims for the head. He's got Hall caught on his back. At the buzzer, that was a 2 count near fall by the referee. 5 points. That escape. 3 points for the takedown, 2 points for the near fall. A lot of action there in the second period right at the end as both these guys were getting after. It looked like Caden Hall was doing everything right, but then to suck that leg in and hold it tight, was able to pull it down into the crackdown, and from that crackdown was able to swim for the head and catch Caden Hall on his back. And lucky for Caden Hall, time ran out. He only gave up 2 points for near fall as he was fighting to just get off his back and not get pinned. Time ran out. Mason Tucker, Caden Hall trying to get to his feet. They scramble. He falls down. Mason Tucker ends up on top. And now Caden Hall back to his feet. Got away with another locked hands call. No, he didn't. The referee caught it that time. That's going to be a point for Caden Hall. Would have liked to see him get a chance to get out there. But the referee stops the match. Awards a point to Caden Hall. That could come into play. It's a close match. Every point's going to matter. But Caden Hall is going to have a lot to make up for here with a big second period by Mason Tucker. Tucker's got a lift now. He's going to return. And Caden Hall gets right back to his feet. He's done to be 2 more points for Mason Tucker, who's now up 3 more points, for Mason Tucker. That's going to put him up 9-2. As Caden Hall now gets to his feet. He's working hands, cuts back, and that'll be 6 points for the Tigers. And Jays is going to be taking on, let's see if they'll say his name for us.
For Guthrie, 106 pounds, Ryan Gerard. For your Tigers, Kyler Ward.
Kyler Ward for the Tigers as he gets in on a quick side headlock. He's going to pick up 3 for the takedown. As Gerard tries to flip himself around, tough as that, and that's going to put him down. Kyler Ward, that's going to be 6 points, 12 pounds here for the Tigers. As he gets to work now on that stack, he's stacking this up. We saw this in the very last match. That arm gets stacked around, that head gets tucked to the chin. When it goes to the back, there's really nowhere to bridge. Makes it was. Dietz does a nice job there with that stack. Picks up the fall, and we're going to move on to 119 pounds. Hunter Leverich for the Tigers. He's going to be taking on Garrett Reese. Coming up in these last. Moving up to 126 pounds.
Guthrie at 126, Kyler Wilder.
Kyler Wilder for the Bluejays. He is taking on Devin Ford of Cushing. Kyler Wilder with a shot out of bounds. No change, no score. And we're back to action now. That into a short carry, heavy on that elbow. 5-point takedown for Devin Ford, and that pound matchup. 1:07 to go. And we're back to action. Kyler Wilder of the Bluejays is on bottom. And he's able to get an escape here with 54 seconds to go. Ford in on another shot. Same shot he took earlier. He tried for the fireman's and missed. Wilder able to step back and get out of that. And now is heavy on that collar tie. Wilder now's got inside ties. Devin Ford passes the elbow, and Kyler Wilder follows that up, and he's got a single leg on the far side, just a standing snatch single. Ford now heavy with his hip. Wilder able to hang on still, but now he's brought down to his knees. A lot of pressure here from the hip with 20 seconds to go. Wilder's going to have to find, he's got to keep moving and get himself up as Ford now has that rear ankle. Look for him to turn the corner and try to bump Wilder to a hip. Wilder's trying to hang on here and get the stalemate. And he does. There's 11 seconds left to go. Caution there for an early start by Ford. Tried to roll the whistle there and catch an ankle. Not able to get it, but shoots in. Kyler Wilder does a shot-reshot. Dives in for a takedown of his own. And Devin Ford with a quick block, sprawl, and go behind. Picks up 3 more points at the buzzer. Blue Jays are going to go down here. Blue Jays are going to go on bottom. Kyler Wilder on bottom now, looking for like he's getting head levered by Ford. Devin Ford of the Tigers working hard on that head lever. He'll try to pop his head underneath or pull that back to a hammerlock, but now it looks like he's got a chicken wing and a bar arm. He's running that chicken wing. He's going to try to run around the head of Kyler Wilder. He's got to catch that far elbow. And if he can make that work, he switches sides now. Back and forth between the chicken wing and the bar arm. He can run either side, and now he's going for a half. Wilder's got to try to find a way to get to his knees and get out of there. Devin Ford looking dangerous on top. But Wilder does a good job fending that off. Both the head lever, the chicken wing, and the bar arm. He was able to stop them all, but now the bar arm turns to a roll-through tilt. Referee with a quick 2 count. It's going to earn Devin Ford 2 more points there for the near fall as we go down under 30 seconds here in the second period of this 126-pound matchup. Kyler Wilder now tries to get to his feet. Ford goes for the cradle, and that shuts it down. Wilder wisely goes back to his knees. Now he gets broke down all the way to his belly, and we're under 10 seconds, close to the out of bounds. But with the new rules this year, wrestling out of bounds is allowed. You saw in the last match there was a fall completely out of bounds as they are allowing wrestlers to do so. Choice in the third period is going to go to Cushing. Devin Ford's going to go down. And Kyler Wilder of Guthrie is going to start this third period on top. And with 1 minute and 30 seconds to go. And he is getting to work here, trying to keep on top of Ford. He gets down to the ankle. Gets called for stalling. When you drop down to the leg like that, you're not allowed to just stand there. You can't hold on to the leg. You got to try to return the athlete. If you don't, you're supposed to let it go, or you're considered stalling. And so Wilder wisely keeps a hold of that leg and gets him out of bounds, but got warned for stalling in the process. And now Devin Ford gets right back up to his feet. Wilder trying to trip and finish, and he's going to have to let him go or he will get called for stalling again. Tries to trip, doesn't work. And Ford does a good job staying on his feet, just being tough here. And Wilder had to let him go, and that's going to be an escape point for Ford. Wilder dives in on another high C, and Ford cuts and goes behind quickly. Somehow Wilder's able to keep a hold of that leg now. Bind on that shoulder the way he had a hold of that arm. Just couldn't hang on any longer. Devin Ford's going to pick up 3 more points. That's going to put him up 14-1. over Kyler Wilder. He is in bonus territory as he currently holds a major decision, which would be 4 points for his team. If he's able to score some more near fall, though, he could get it. Devin Ford 14-1 over Kyler Wilder. That's going to be 4 more points for the Tigers in this junior high matchup. As folks, we are buffering some adjustments to make this happen. We're at 132 pounds now. Wrestling for your Blue Jays is Cade Carey. Coming off a great weekend this past weekend. Blue Jays are going to need for him to wake this team back up if they want to get back in this duel. But in on the double leg is Gage Sharp, as he picks up 3 points there for the Tigers. As he's off to lead now here with 1:30 to go. He's up 3-0. On the side, Carey doing a good job. Good job. Was running what he thought was going to be near fall. Cade Carey did a good job just coming up with it. Now gets in his face, not allowing him to react or to rest. And Gage Sharp reacts with an outside single, and that earns him 3 more points for that takedown. That's going to put him up 6-1 with 25 seconds left to go in the first. And Cade Carey now down on bottom again with that left arm caught as Gage Sharp just chops it, catches it, and now look for him to go back to work. We've seen chicken wings, we've seen stacks, and we've seen tilts from Cushing so far tonight. It looks like Gage Sharp is just going to ride out the end of the first period here as he leads 6-1 over Guthrie's Cade Carey. Choice in the second period is going to go to Cushing. Second period of action at 132 pounds. Gage Sharp gets right to his feet. Cade Carey's got to let him go. Back to action now on their feet. Both takedowns so far were from Sharp of Cushing. And now there's an attempt there by Cade Carey. Long high C on the outside. Nearly had it. He nearly pulled it into a single leg. And Cade Carey now fighting hard with a heavy sprawl as he's trying to cut the corner before they go out of bounds. But Sharp was able to wrestle out and not give up any points there. 57 seconds to go in the second. And we're back to action. Both guys feeling each other out. Carey now with a heavy collar tie. Sharp clears. Carey with inside ties, more heavy collar tie. Takes a double leg here. Cuts the corner, gets a takedown, but does it out of bounds. So he will earn no points for that as Gage Sharp gets called for stalling as he gets himself out of bounds. Avoids the 3 points for the takedown, but did get warned. And now Carey's got to make something happen. He's got an underhook on the left side. Needs to bang that head before he goes. Sharp did a good job blocking there and sprawling. Cade Carey drags out. Sharp gets in on the leg. Cade Carey with just a crossface headlock. Throws Gage Sharp to his back. Sharp is forced to get to his base and give up the takedown before he went to his back. And Cade Carey, just like that, answers back. Gets himself back in this matchup with a 3-point takedown. Currently trailing Gage Sharp 4-7, but it's going to be Carey's choice. He's going to pick bottom. And Cushing's Gage Sharp, currently leading 7-4, is going to go on top. We've got 1:30 seconds left to go in this match. As Carey now posting hard with those hands. He did get an escape once, but it was hard fought. As he gets to a sit-out position here, going to have to try to get to his feet. Going to have to peel hands. He's doing everything right here, being patient. Able to peel hands, sit out, turn in. Now he's down by 2 with that escape. Gage Sharp currently ahead, 7-5. And Carey now with a shot. Now Sharp with a long shot of his own. Able to pull in that leg. He's got a high C on that side. He cuts off to a double and picks up 3 points for the takedown. And that's going to put him up 10-5 over Guthrie's Cade Carey. Carey was trying to get himself back into that match, and now he's back up on his feet. Trailing by 4. He's down 10-6. Still got time here with 25 seconds. He's in on a double, trying to get around the corner, switches off to a single. He cuts the corner, gets 3. He's going to have to let him go. Coaches want to let him go. All right, Cade Carey now down by 2. He's down by 2. It's 11-9. He's got to score here with 10 seconds to go. Sharp's on the defense, trying to keep him off. Carey, though, big-time double leg. He's got a double leg and gets it with 2 seconds to go. Cade Carey pulls off the double leg and gets the come from behind victory. That's going to put him up 12-11, and that's the win for Guthrie. Big-time heart there by Cade Carey. Holy smokes, folks, that was a match.
For Guthrie at 140, Aiden Macy for your Tigers. And
We get up to 140 pounds. What an exciting match that just was, guys. That was a lot of fun. Aiden Macy for the Bluejays is going to be taking on Camden Evans. And Camden here with a sprawl. Macy's got the high crotch on the outside, but it's loose. As Evans really heavy with that hip. He's got the back ankle. But Macy able to pull that leg up. As long as he can keep it bent, he can cut the corner, but he's got to keep his hands locked. He cuts for the double, and now he goes around behind. He doesn't have 2 yet. As Evans is holding on. Tries to roll through, doing a scramble here. Evans did a good job with the roll through. Now he's got the hips high, and he's got Macy in trouble. Macy loses the ankle, and now is back on that high C where we were earlier. And Macy doing a good job sticking with it. Wrestling hard here, but he's got to keep that knee close. As Evans is trying to get his legs straight so he can get around behind. Macy just holding on desperately now, trying to keep this leg. Now he's down on his hip. Not a good spot for Aiden Macy. He's got to try to get his hands locked. But Evans with that far arm caught, made that difficult, able to get behind and pick up 3 points for the takedown. And that's going to put him up 3-0 over Macy. Fun little scramble we had there in the first, and now Evans going for a cross-face cradle. He's got the cross-face, he's got the arm, now he's got the cradle locked, but he's too high. Aiden Macy reaches out and grabs that leg. 18 seconds to go. Might be able to get an escape here, possibly get himself out. But now under 10 seconds, looks like Evans able to stay behind, stay in control. No points exchanged there. And now Evans going for a chicken wing over here on the left side. He's going to run out of time. And Aiden Macy of the Guthrie Bluejays finds himself down 0-3 over Camden Evans of the Cushing Tigers. Choice here is going to go to Cushing. Camden Evans chooses bottom. And now Aiden Macy is on top. And we start this second period. Sit out, turn in here. Macy's too high. Got his arm caught. Macy trying to get to his belly, but Evans able to tip him over here for near fall. Now he's going to try to crossface and run that arm high and pick up the fall. This is close. Not a good spot here for Macy, as he's trying to fight off that half, but not able to. And that's going to be 6 more points for Cushing as they pick up the pin. And we're going to move up to 155 pounds, where the Bluejays are going to wrestle Levi Dennis. Levi is going to be taking on Jaden Link as they get into some good hand fights here. Levi Dennis pulled off a couple of big upsets this weekend, earned his varsity spot. As he started off the season on varsity, was struggling with one of the older kids and then was able to get himself back into this role, so he's excited to be out there tonight. Scrambles here for position, finds himself nearly on top, but Jaden Links did a nice job of getting himself back out of harm's way. As we break, Back to action here, inside collar tie by Link. Back in on a heavy collar tie. As Levi Dennis here gets down under 50 seconds. Not a lot of attempts here. Levi Dennis trying to call him back to the center. Link now with a high crotch attempt. He pulls that in. He's got his shoulder deep. Dennis heavy with those hips. Trying to stuff the head. Now he's got a power half on the outside. Jaden Link's got the leg on the inside. Dennis has got to try to get up to his knees here. He's just hanging on for the stalemate. He's got to try to get to his knees and get out of this. Link's trying to swim off. He's trying to get outside. Levi Dennis now able to get his hips up. And now Link picks him up and tries to throw him down for a short carry. Levi Dennis now transitions and gets in on a single leg. Straight out of that lock, dives right in on the single leg. Now he's stuck underneath with a double. No points exchanged in the first, although there was a lot of good action there at the end. And we get to action here in the second period. Choice goes to Cushing, and they choose bottom. Levi Dennis of Guthrie is on top. Link gets right to his feet here, going for a Peterson roll on the escape. Earns himself an escape. And now Dennis finds himself underneath. He does not want Link to get behind him. That would be a 4-point takedown. Dennis doing a good job keeping centered and spinning. Link's got to try to get the ankle so that when he spins, Dennis can't go with him. He's got the arm block now. He's trying to cut the corner. Levi Dennis doing a good job spinning here. They're down under a minute. And Dennis now dives back in on legs. Link now trying to get the underhook and go for a snake, it looks like. And Dennis just hanging onto these legs, earns that stalemate. And that's a good job by Link getting to his feet and getting out. Good job by Levi Dennis not giving up that position and letting Link get around behind. Sometimes that front headlock position is just a hustle position. Either guy just has to hustle. In that case, both guys hustled, so no one scored. Levi Dennis, big double leg here. Shoots, though, and he stops. When you shoot a double leg like that, you got to keep running your feet. If you get caught with your butt on your heels, makes it really, really hard. But now he's cracked him down. He's turned the corner and cracked him down. This is good for Levi Dennis. Referee wants to give 3, but Link is keeping that back leg. Levi's got to keep circling. He does not want to give up a stalemate here. He's got 3 if he can just keep circling and get stepped over, but Link doing a good job. He's got the legs caught, and Dennis can't move. He's kind of 3 points, and now Link at the whistle trying to get a reversal, not able to, and the time runs out, and it looks like we're going to have a little bit of blood time here. Levi Dennis has a little bit of a bloody nose, nothing to worry about. Honestly, it's something common for Levi. He's been bleeding since Little League, and now going to get himself a little blood time. Both guys will get a little bit of a breather. And Jaden Link, as soon as he got reverse popped right back to his feet, nearly had a reversal, just ran out of time. And Levi Dennis did a good job making adjustments underneath there to get that takedown. So nicely done. Both guys are wrestling really, really hard here. As Levi Dennis going into the third is going to go on bottom. And Link of Cushing is going to go on top. Bluejays on bottom, Cushing on top. Now Link with a breakdown. He's got Levi Dennis bellied out. Now remember, Dennis is winning. He chose to go down in the third. And Link, if he is able to turn Levi Dennis, can get right back in this match. Like that and tuck your elbows in. It's a sign that you're not trying to escape. You're just defending. In which case, a referee will call you for stalling. The job of the bottom guy is to try to get away. If he's not trying to do that, he'll get called for stalling. Job of the top guy is to try to score with near fall. And if he's not doing that, then he will get called for stalling. That's what happens there. Link didn't. He's going to let Levi Dennis go. That's going to put Dennis up 4-1. He's up by 3. And now Link's got to come on strong here. Link has got to get a takedown if he wants to tie this match. And Levi Dennis has got to keep him off and take what takedowns he can get. He's just got to look for Link to make a mistake and capitalize on it, or just keep Link off of him. With 20 seconds to go, Link's trying hard on this big double leg, And Levi Dennis gets warned for stalling as he backs out of bounds. And really at this point, Levi can just stall his way to victory, because even if another stall call gets called, it's only going to cost him a point. He could actually earn 2 or 3 before he could lose. So we got to look. Jaden Link here has got to go for something hard and big. And Dennis has just got to keep Link off of his legs. He blocks here. Link now tries for the go behind. Dennis here is in. He's got him elevated. This is good for Levi. He's just got to stay here and hold on as Link trying everything he can to try to get behind. Not able to do so. That's going to be 3 points for the Bluejays as Levi Dennis picks up a victory at 155 pounds. We're going to bump up to 170 pounds, where the Blue Jays are going to wrestle Dane Henson. And the Tigers of Cushing are going to be wrestling Davis Tussler. Starting off this 170-pound match, we are getting to the big boys now. Guthrie's in blue. Cushing is in the white, black, and orange. Davis Tussler wrestling here at 170 pounds for Cushing. And Dane Henson in the blue there for Guthrie. Team score for the duel currently 37-18. The Tigers there made a run in the middle with several falls back to back to back that really got them out in the lead. But the Blue Jays tonight getting a lot more wins than normal and wrestling good. As Dane Henson gets around behind, Tussler tries for that tries for that fireman's carry. Was not able to get it. He keeps that arm, and Dane Henson's trying to scramble and stay on top. And Tussler tries it again, creates a scramble, and is able to get behind for the 3. And he now gets right to work on that bar arm and chicken wing. He bars the arm and catches the seatbelt ride, then weaves in that chicken wing. And now he's got Dane Henson in all kinds of trouble. Dane's going to have to posture to the outside and post his right leg. Otherwise, here's what's going to happen as he gets rolled over to his back now for near fall. Going to have to fight. He's got 20 seconds. He's not close to getting pinned as of now, but if Tussler continues to make adjustments, it could be bad. There's an adjustment there that Henson does not want. He doesn't want that leg to get on the other side. It'll push his head towards the camera, which would not be good for Dane Henson. He's got 5 seconds here to hold on, and we're at 3 points for near fall. That's going to put David Tussler up 7-0 over Guthrie's Dane Henson as we go into the second period. Choice is going to go to Guthrie. Coaches put Dane Henson on top. Coaches signal top position. Coaches signaled for top position. And the referee is putting Henson down. Now the confusion is gone. Dane Henson should be on top here. As he is, we start the second period. Henson and Guthrie's on top, down 7-0. As Davis Tussler tripods up here. Henson goes for that cradle. Ends up getting a little bit too high. Almost got his arm caught. Now Tussler gets to quad pod, stands up, peels hands, and gets away. And he is now on his feet with an 8-point lead in major decision territory. Remember, Tussler in the first period went for that fireman's carry, and a few scrambles later was able to finish it. Dane Henson now going to have to make something happen here if he wants to get back in this match. It's just the second period, but we're down under 45 seconds now. And Tussler doesn't have to do anything. There's a big double leg try by Dane Henson. Not fully committed to the double. Davis Tussler was able to just block that, sprawl him down, and get behind. Now Henson finds himself back on bottom. Davis Tussler up now 11-0. Still in major decision territory. If he can pick up a near fall, he could get a tech fall. We saw him run that barm chicken wing in the second. And now Dane Henson's, he's on his base. He's fighting, tries to roll out of that. Gets caught in a high half, though. Outside half stack is what Tussler was going for. And Henson kicked out, and then Tussler hopped over, tried to run that half. Wasn't able to get it. Choice now goes to Cushing. Tussler chooses neutral, where he's had success so far tonight. Henson's really going to have to try to make something happen here, something big. Takedown isn't going to do it. He's going to have to put Tussler on his back and try to put him away if he wants to win this match. Tussler can just sit back and wait and let Henson make mistakes. With such a lead, he doesn't have to do anything, but I look for him to try to score and pick up a tech fall here as he gets 3 more points for the takedown. He's up now 14 points. If he can score one more time, he'll earn his team a tech fall, which is worth 5 points, but now he's running that chicken wing. He picks up a fall. That's going to be good for 6. Henson's got to try to get off his back here and at least save his team a point, but this is a tight chicken wing. And Henson's trying to weasel out. You can see in the camera, he's trying to weasel out his right arm. If he can get it out, he can get loose and come out the backside. But in trying that very thing, ended up getting himself pinned. That's going to be 6 points for Cushing with the pin of Davis Tussler.
18 for Guthrie Wrestling, 195 down division.
Moving up to 195 pounds. Guthrie is going to pick up a forfeit with Sebastian Smith. And then at heavyweight, Cushing will pick up a forfeit with Lucas Scheidler, and I believe that will be the end of the match. Looks like we're just going to pick up 2 forfeits here. And it looks like that is going to be the duel. Final score of this duel, Cushing Tigers 43, Guthrie Bluejays 24. As the Cushing Tigers come out victorious. It was a good showing tonight by the Bluejays, who look like they have got some improvement since Christmas. They wrestled well in most of these matches. Even the matches they lost did a lot of good things, did a lot of scoring. They stayed off their back well. Looking like improvement out of that Blue Jays squad. So hats off to the coaches down there as the Blue Jays fall short of the Tigers, but looked good in doing so. Folks, I am going to take a quick timeout. We're going to leave the match. We're going to leave the camera up as the high school boys will come out and start warming up. I believe tonight is homecoming here in Cushing, as it is that time of year. We went to Blackwell a couple of weeks ago and got to enjoy their homecoming ceremonies. And then the same thing tonight here in Cushing. And then it will be homecoming in Guthrie on Thursday night when we go back there. So it's that time of year, but it's about 10 minutes before we kick off. I'm going to take a short break, and then I will be back for a pregame show as we get started with the high school. So we'll catch you guys back here shortly.
fans and Guthrie fans, on behalf of Cushing High School, I welcome you to the 2025 Cushing Second Wrestling Homecoming. Homecoming queen candidates are seniors Lindy Candler, Braylee Floyd, Anna Mae Neiswanger, Emily Carson, and Callie Ward. Homecoming team candidates are senior wrestlers Owen Collier, Michael Cruz, Darren Stewart, Isaiah Tussler, and Aaron Vieira. First team candidate, senior Owen Collier, is the son of Wes and Annie Collier, and wrestles at 113 pounds for the Tigers. In addition to wrestling, Owen's activities include eating and hanging out with friends. Mr. Collier is a member of the National Honor Society, a pre-engineering student at Central Tech, and is honored to have received the gift of Jesus Christ in his life. Owen's favorite wrestling memory is the team messing with Kyle Sands before practices when he was young. After graduation, Mr. Collier plans to attend college, most likely Oklahoma State University, to study electrical engineering. Owen is escorting senior Lindy Candler. Queen candidate is Lindy Candler, is the daughter of Guthrie Candler and Chase Candler, and is a 4-year member of the CHS dance team. Ms. Candler is also a member of Dance Star Productions and is a member of HOSA at Central Tech. Lindy's honors include National Honor Society, National Technical Honor Society, and the University of Oklahoma Sower Award. Lindy's favorite wrestling memories include making memories with the dance team at Wrestling State each year. After graduation, Ms. Candler plans to attend the University of Oklahoma, where she will major in criminal justice and later pursue a law degree. Lindy plans to live happy life, Carlos, and have a precious son or daughter. Senior Darren Stewart wrestles at 175 for the Tigers and is the son of Justin and Casey Stewart. In addition to wrestling, Darren also enjoys lifting weights and eating. Mr. Stewart is a 2-time wrestling state qualifier and earned 4th place in 2024 at state. Darren's favorite wrestling memory was during his sophomore year when the team had the opportunity to attend preseason nationals. After graduation, Darren plans to attend college and become a highway patrolman. Mr. Stewart is escorting Miss Braylee Floyd. Queen candidate Miss Braylee Floyd is the daughter of Chase and Blair Blankenship and Jeremy and Mandy Lemon. Miss Floyd enjoys hanging out with friends, driving around, and going to Stillwater. Braylee's honors include CHS cheer captain, 3-year FFA officer, National Senior Michael Cruz is the son of Christopher Stephanie Cruz and wrestles at 285 pounds for the Tigers. In addition to the wrestling team, Michael is a member of the football and powerlifting teams. Michael was recently named the Oklahoma Coastal Association All-State Football Team, is a member of the National Honor Society, and served as football team captain. Michael's favorite wrestling memory has been watching the state championship with his friends each year. After graduation, Mr. Cruz plans to attend Oklahoma State University, where he will obtain a degree in kinesiology. Mr. Cruz is escorting Miss Emily Carson. Queen candidate Miss Emily Parson is the daughter of Anthony and Luz Parson. Miss Parson is a 4-year member of the CHS dance team, where she currently serves as captain. A 12-year member of Dance Star Productions competition team, and has danced with DSP for 14 years. And in her free time, Emily enjoys spending time with her friends and watching TikTok. Emily's honors include senior class president, 4-year member of the Oklahoma Honor Society, and CHS valedictorian. Emily's favorite wrestling memories include cheering on the Tigers at the state tournament each year. After graduation, Ms. Parson plans to attend Oklahoma State University, where she will major in applied exercise science to later pursue a career in sports medicine. Emily hopes to eventually become an Olympic gold wrestler before settling down with the love of her life. Senior Isaiah Tussler. Senior Isaiah Tussler is the son of Robert Tussler and Laura Green, and wrestles at 144 pounds for the Tigers. In addition to wrestling, Isaiah also enjoys eating, sleeping, and playing video games. Mr. Tussler's include 100 high school wins, 3-time high school state qualifier, and wrestling state placer. When asked about his favorite wrestling memory, Isaiah fondly remembers the team giving Kyle Sands a hard time before each practice as an underclassman. After graduation, Mr. Tussler plans to continue his academic career, wrestling at the collegiate level. Isaiah is escorting Miss Callie Ward. Queen candidate Miss Callie Ward is the daughter of Kelly and Devonna Ward. Miss Ward enjoys hanging out with her friends, watching sporting events, and is involved with the CHS horticulture classes. Callie's honors include National Honor Society and CHS Student Council. After graduation, Miss Ward plans to attend Oklahoma State University, where she will obtain her degree and continue to make the most of life. Tonight's flower girl is Miss Hadley Patterson. She is the 4-year-old daughter of Jared and Courtney Patterson and the sister of Bentley. Miss Hadley attends Cushing Pre-K, where she is in Miss Baker's class. In her free time, Miss Hadley enjoys drawing and coloring and going to Chick-fil-A and Chuck E. Cheese. When Miss Hadley Patterson grows up, she plans to be a teacher, but also sing like Taylor Swift. So a recording contract may be in her future. Tonight's crown bearer is Mr. Not Tonight's Woman.
Red now, better than it was. I wonder if I can get the screen that started it. You might send out a message. Everybody knows back there. Well, folks, if you have been bearing with me tonight, I appreciate your patience. Again, we are in Cushing, America. Inside this gym, we're having trouble getting Wi-Fi signals. We're having trouble with hotspots. It's not always perfect when we're dealing with technology, and weren't able to get what we needed from the Cushing district as far as the great Wi-Fi, so we are doing what we can to work around that. So hopefully, I was told it is back up and going. So we're going to go on here as if everything is fine, and we are going to do this pre-game show as these guys are down here on the mat fixing to warm up. At 106 pounds, Rylan Edwards of Cushing is taking on Joel Landry. 113, number 5 in class 4A. Owen Collier is taking on Uriah Sisk of the Bluejays at 120 pounds. Number 4 ranked Aiden Machado is going to take on number 3 ranked Caden Herendeen. Clash of what should be a good matchup tonight. Caden Herendeen has fallen 2 spots in the rankings after giving up a couple of losses, and Aiden Machado is climbing in the rankings in 4A. Now, they're different classes, but both should be evenly matched. 120 pounds should be one you should circle. Should be a fun one tonight. 126 pounds, Cole Vaughn's going to be taking on Aiden Smith, and that should be fun as well. 132 pounds, Max Tucker's taking on Matt Mahalik. And at 138 pounds, we should have another good one. Cash Stapleton, currently ranked number 6 in 4A, taking on Luke Lyons, currently ranked number 10. Luke Lyons popped into the rankings just after Christmas and has held that number 10 spot ever since. 2 more rankings have come out, and he has remained at number 10. So number 6 versus number 10. At 144 pounds, number 1 ranked Isaiah Tussler of Cushing is going to be taking on either number 8 ranked Colton Stevens or Aiden Harden. Not sure what's going to happen here, but we got 2 guys weighed in at 144 pounds, so there is a chance that Colton Stevens could bump up to 150, or perhaps Aiden Harden will wrestle at 150. That's where he's been at all year. So Kenny Flatt's going to be taking on Colton Stevens or Aiden Harden, or if we are lucky, Isaiah Tussler, number 1 ranked in the country, is going to be taking on Colton Stevens, number 8. So not sure. Guthrie might get a little bit silly there. Might be trying to win this duel, so they might be bumping around a little bit, weighing in Aiden a little bit light tonight. At 157 pounds, Bryce Ward of Cushing, currently ranked number 8 in the country, is going to be taking on Rowan McCone. Rowan has yet to break the top 10 rankings, but has some big wins under his belt, so that should be a fun one there. 165 pounds, Tevin McKinney, who is currently ranked number 10 for Cushing, is going to be taking on number 7 ranked Clayton Carey. But to note, looks like Nate Hardy is also weighed in at 165 pounds. So here we could also have some bumping and moving it around on Cushing's part. This duel should be a fairly decent matchup, so I expect a little bit of movement here on these matches. 175 pounds, Darren Stewart for Cushing is number 6 ranked in the state, and he's going to be taking on number 1 ranked Bryson Hall. Number 1 ranked in 5A, undefeated so far on the season. Bryson Hall going to be a handful for Darren Stewart, but number 6 ranked ought to make it a fun match. 190 pounds. This will be another good one where Bo Lane of Cushing, currently ranked number 5 in Class 4A, is going to be taking on Roston Usselton of Guthrie, who is currently ranked number 4 in Class 5A. So that should be another really good matchup. A lot of parity. Should be a lot of fun. At 215 pounds, Logan Ford of Cushing, currently ranked number 8 in the state, is going to be taking on Wyatt Silvas for Guthrie. And then at 200, and to note, Brett Griffith also weighed in at 215 as well, so he could be taking on Wyatt. They've got 2 guys weighed in at 215. Cushing does. And then at 285 pounds, we've got for Cushing, Aaron Vera, Jackson O'Kelly, or Michael Cruz. And I believe Vieira is ranked number 10 in the state. And so at 285, he's going to be taking on Sir William Morgan of Guthrie. Should be another good one, guys. We are looking into the homecoming festivities have been going on here in Cushing, but it looks like the lights are getting dim, and they are going to begin these walkouts. We got a couple little guys in singlets that were part of the homecoming. That was a lot of fun. You see them down there jumping around on the mat. And then, of course, the Bluejays down here waiting on the Cushing Tigers to make their way into the arena, but you can hear the music drop, and it looks like we may be back to action. By my account, the stream is strong now. Apparently we found one that will work. So please, if you are listening and watching, please tell your friends we are back on, and we are covering this duel. The high school one should be a good one. So hopefully those folks that kicked off because the service was so bad might find their way back on. As the Cushing Tigers, as the fans in Cushing are awaiting their Tigers to make it out here to the mat. All the homecoming ladies are finding their seats. And these Tigers are building up some suspense in-house. Bluejays lined up, ready to go as they're off a fresh weekend. I just want to give a special shout-out to Coach Jaden Davenport, who is at home sick. And I'm confident he is watching this duel. That flu bug has bit nearly every community, and it's working its way through Guthrie. It got our head coach, who I know is dying at home, wants to be at this duel, hasn't missed one since he's been here. But nature has a way of keeping us down. And, Coach, we just hope you get healthy. We miss you here, but don't worry, you are in good hands. This team is prepared. They wrestled really good this past weekend in Salisaw. They're looking sharp, and this duel should be a lot of fun. A lot of parity here between these two teams. And a lot of these matchups should be a lot of fun. So it's going to come down to bonus. It's going to come down to people winning when they should, and possibly some winning people that shouldn't. And any kind of bonus is going to matter. I'm going to check off real quick, and you guys can watch these introductions.
At 126, Guthrie Smith for your Tigers, Cole Vaughn. At 132 pounds, for Guthrie Matthew Millet. For your Tigers, Max Tucker. At 138 pounds, for Guthrie Luke Lyon. For your Tigers, Kevin Stapleton. At 144 pounds, for Guthrie, Colton Stevens, Aiden Burton. For your Tigers, Isaiah Tussler. At 150 pounds, for Guthrie, Colton Stevens, Aiden Hurton. For your Tigers, Kenny Black. 157 for Guthrie, Rowan McCain. For your Tigers, Bryce Ward. 165 for Guthrie, Clayton Carey. For your Tigers, Nate Handy, Kevin Minnie. 175 for Guthrie, Bryson Hall. For your Tigers, Terry Stewart. 190 pounds for Guthrie, Ralston Susan. For your Tigers, Bo Lane. 215 pounds for Guthrie, Wyatt Silvis. For your Tigers, Logan Ford, Brett Griffin. And 285 pounds for Guthrie, Sir William Morgan. For your Tigers, Aaron Vieira, Jackson O'Kelly, Michael Cruz.
All right, folks, we are fixing to get things kicked off. Coin toss. Typically at a tournament or in regular wrestling, there's a coin toss at the beginning of the second period. And that coin toss will decide who gets their choice in that period. You can go on top, you can go on bottom, you can go neutral, or you can defer your choice to the third period. And that's typically how that works. But in duels, the coin is flipped one time, and whoever wins that coin toss can choose whether they want their choice in the second period on the odd matches or the even matches. And so basically, it will go back and forth between the teams, odd and even, every single match. And so the coaches will kind of decide which match is the most pivotal, which one do they want which matches was it more important for them to have their option for that second period call. And they will go that route and pick whether odd or even. So not sure who picked odd or even, but we'll know soon in that second period of the first match. That'll tell us who won that coin toss, and we'll go from there. We're going to kick off this duel. At 106 pounds, Joel Landry of Guthrie going to be taking on Rylan Edwards. And this matchup ought to be a lot of fun. A lot of parity here between these two teams. Currently ranked number 9 in Class 4A are the Cushing Tigers, ranked number 7. Joel Landry with a nice outside high C knee pull. Gets 3 points on the takedown. Very slick as he strikes first with 3 points for that takedown. And like I was saying, the Guthrie Bluejays currently ranked number 7 in Class 5A. as they come off a big second-place finish at the tournament this weekend. He's got a bar arm, and he's trying to do a roll-through tilt heel. Joel Landry on top. Rylan Edwards finding himself in trouble, stuck on bottom. Now that's a 4-point near fall for Joel Landry. 3-point near fall. He got 3 swipes of the hand, and that's going to earn him 3 points. He's getting a little high here, as now Ryland's got his arm, was able to peek out and get out front. No change in score yet. Technically, Joel Landry's still on top. As he runs him over, goes for a half, and he picked up some near fall here. Not sure how many the referee's holding, or maybe he didn't. Maybe he didn't. Joel Landry's just on top. Running that chicken wing, though. Now he's got near fall. He's looking for the pin. Big-time arch here. Rylan Edwards arching his back big time. He's settling in now. Joel Landry's looking for the fall. As Rylan Edwards just arching and bridging and fighting, trying to get out of bounds. Referee's in good position to see this fall. Joel Landry will come up with 4 more near fall. That's going to put him up 10-0 in this first period. That's if he does not get the pin. He's working hard here to get the fall, but Rylan Edwards will not lay down as he's fighting hard here on the edge, trying to wiggle his way out. He's keeping his neck bent. Now look at him coming out on top, but Landry drives his feet, rolls him right back over to his back. There's 10 seconds left to go, and Landry's now transitioned to a headlock, and he picks up the fall. That's 6 points for the Blue Jays. Starting off this duel strong, Joel Landry comes out with a thunder. Was up 10-0 when he picked up that pin, and that's going to be a big 6 points. Bonus are going to be huge in this duel, and Joel did so for Guthrie. Second matchup of the night, Uriah Sisk for the Blue Jays of Guthrie. It's going to be taken on Owen Collier of the Tigers in Cushing. Collier currently ranked number 5 in the state in Class 4A. As he's coming out quick early with a nice little ankle pick, low single. That's going to earn him 3 points. As Sisk able to get to his feet, and Collier puts him right back down to the ground. Sisk back up to his feet again, does a good job getting up, getting out of bounds, doing what he wants to be doing. He's got to try to find a way to get out of there. 40 seconds off the clock. We're down to 1:39 in this first period. Sisk does a good job, gets to his feet. Collier now trying this roll-through tilt. Able to catch the arm. And he picked up, looks like 4 near fall there, as Sisk almost gets out of there. But now transitions to a chicken wing. Sisk doing a good job keeping his elbow long. Not letting that elbow get to the side of his body. He's trying to get that elbow long, get his arm straight. Makes it hard to run that chicken wing, and that's exactly what happened. Owen Collier had to let go of it as he now goes back for this bar arm. He's trying to get it as he's going to try to roll back through for this tilt. Oh, now he's caught. Looks like he's going to try to tilt from underneath. He'll grab between the legs, grab the arm. He's going to try to do a reverse chicken wing there. Not able to get it. Trying to hook it up, but Sisk doing a good job just defending. Really hasn't come close to getting out yet, but he's defending all of these near fall attempts. Doing a good job rolling his wrists out. He's got to keep attacking, trying to come up. And Collier being tough on top here. He's sitting on that ankle, and he's locking up those arms, making it hard for Sisk. Now he's going to try to roll through this chicken wing on the other side. He's going to try to tilt that up. He's got the tilt. Sisk doing a good job fighting that. He's able to get out of there with just giving up 2 swipes. Points won't be awarded till now. He's got to let go of that hold, and there's 2 more near fall for Collier. That's going to put him up 9-0. As Uriah Sisk doing a good job on bottom, just he's avoided any pinfalls, but Collier just relentless on top, able to just tilt a couple of times and pick up near fall. That's going to put Collier up. Owen Collier of Cushing is winning 9-0 over Uriah Sisk of Guthrie. Choice in the second period is going to go to Collier. He's going to choose down. Sisk is on top, and they are back to action. Stands up, peels hands, gets the reversal for 2. And now Collier's up 11-0. If he's able to get a 4-point near fall, he will earn a tech fall, which is good for 5 team points. Currently, he has a major decision as far as the lead goes. That means he's got more than 8 points. That will earn his team 4 points if he's to win by 8 or more points. If he wins by 5 or more points, 15 or more points, he earns his team 5 points. And if he gets a pin, he will earn his team 6 points. Regular wins are worth 3. And now Collier's got Uriah Sisk in all kinds of trouble. If Sisk gets off his back here, it'll be a tech fall. And if he gets pinned, he'll give up 6. And there's a pin. Collier picks up 6 points for his team. Cushing answers right back to tie this duel. And we're going to move on to 113 pounds. 120 pounds, which is one of the ones I've got circled on my little cheat sheet here. Caden Herendeen of the Bluejays, currently ranked number 3 in Class 5A, is going to be taking on Aiden Machado. Aiden Machado currently ranked number 4 in Class 4A. Both these wrestlers talented, both these wrestlers experienced. Both these wrestlers are going to wrestle hard tonight. Caden Herendeen in on an early shot. He's got a high C locked up. And Machado tried to fight that off, but not able to. And that's going to earn 3 points for Caden Herendeen with that takedown. Early takedown, got it in the first 30 seconds. He's got the arm barred. He's trying to get over there to get the seatbelt, to get that far wrist. Machado's doing a good job keeping his arm straight, which makes it hard to run that little bar arm tilt. Caden's trying to hold back that chicken wing and get it locked up, but there Collier does a good little sit out, able to get out of bounds. Knew what he was doing to defend that chicken wing, did a good job as Caden Herendeen comes back to the center with 1 minute and 10 seconds left to go. And Aiden Machado of Cushing on bottom. And we get back to action here in the second half of this first period. Machado now sits out, tries to get some motion. Caden Herendeen shuts that down quickly, stays heavy on these hips, steps over, tries to put a leg in, but now he's just riding tough. He's got that arm bar, but now Collier hits a nice little switch and roll. Herendeen was loaded up on those hips, and Collier caught that elbow and was able to hit like a switching roll and got Herendeen in all kinds of trouble. Herendeen had to just bail out and leave. And now Collier shoots in. Herendeen blocks, sprawls, and catches that hook. Nearly catches him over on his back. But Machado does a good job staying centered somehow as they go out of bounds. Current score 3-1. Caden Herendeen of Guthrie in the blue, leading over Aiden Machado of Cushing in the black and orange. Been a lot of good action so far. Herendeen out to an early takedown. Machado able to get up and get out as they finish out these last 10 seconds in this first period. There's another same high C shot. Good attempt by Caden Herendeen. He's got 5 seconds to try to finish this. As he gets around, Machado's hanging on. And Herendeen not quite able to finish that shot. Had Machado in all kinds of trouble. Machado did a good job of just readjusting, locking through that crotch and trying to get the stalemate or to get the clock to run down. Choice now goes to Guthrie in the second. Caden Herendeen's going to pick bottom. Cushing's on top. Aiden Machado trails. Caden Herendeen 1-3. As we get back to action here in the second. Herendeen straight to his feet on the whistle. Fighting hands here. Machado's going to have to let him go. There he goes for the reverse trip. Trying to roll through here, gets himself in trouble. Herendeen reaches up for the headlock, grabs the head, happy to do so. Machado's in all kinds of trouble, technically still on top, but Herendeen's holding him on his back in a headlock, and the referee has yet to call any near fall or any reversal. Herendeen is holding Machado on his back with a headlock, and there has been no change in control, even after he stepped over. So we'll go back to the same position we started with Caden Herendeen on bottom and Aiden Machado on top. Machado able to just hang on for dear life. They're able to get himself out of bounds and avoid any trouble. Well, he was in trouble but avoided any change in points. Crowd here in Guthrie is definitely asking for a stall call. as typically that would be so. A wrestler on top has the responsibility to return the guy on bottom because the guy on top has to be trying to score points. And holding on top is not scoring points. So if you're not able to, you got to let him go. See about getting a takedown. But so far, referees allowed it. And so if I'm Machado, I continue to do so. He can burn a warning without giving up any points. So now he's going to work heavy double inside high thighs here. Caden Herndon's stuck on bottom. Able to get up, though. Now he's to his feet. He's able to peek out, get those hands peeled. Machado's got to let him go with a minute to go in the second. We've seen Herndon in on 2 high C's. He passes the elbow, hits the high C on his left side. Machado heavy with that left foot. You can see it right there, a lot of weight on it, and he's real heavy with it. And Herndon he's able to see that, he's able to feel that, whatever it is, and he's been able to attack it twice. And look for him to do that again if Machado continues to stay there. He'll lean hard, step heavy. Herndon goes the other way this time. Not able to get in yet. Machado's got a lot of height on Herndon. He's real tall. Herndon passes that elbow, cuts the corner. Looked like he was going to try to attack, but Machado was able to keep a hold of his hand. And now Herndon shoots to the left side. High C knee pull to the right. Got to try to finish here under 10. Machado's got the edge on his side. But Herndon able to lift here, able to work himself around. Machado's able to wrestle on the edge. Machado was nearly out of bounds, but his hands were on the mat. And Herndon just continued to wrestle there, and both of their hands and feet just kept touching and touching, in and out, in and out, in and out. And Herndon used that speed to cut the corner and pick up 3 with 2 seconds to go. That's 3 more points for him. Caden Herndon on top now of Guthrie. He's up 7-1 over Aiden Machado of Cushing, who is on bottom. And we're back to action here, third period. Machado gets into quad pod, goes to set out, turn in. Real crafty in the first. We saw him get away. Second period was the same. Again, this Machado is very long. He's got a lot of length for a 120-pound wrestler. Uses it very well. Caden Herndon showing why he has been a 2-time state champion. He will be the defending state champion at the state tournament this year in Class 5A. He's given up a couple of losses. And now he's in deep on a double leg. As he's nearly got this finish, he's got to step over the legs. There's 3 more points. And Machado now down 10-2. Caden Herndon up in major decision territory now. Like I was saying earlier, Caden's given up a couple of losses this year, but they were close matches against wrestlers he's very capable of beating. And look for him to be going for his 3rd state title this year in full effect. Matches like this show you why he is so good. So quick, so technical. Doing a good job against a very game Aiden Machado, who is clearly a very talented wrestler, just not quite able to keep Caden off of him. Caden just continues to score points. We're down under 48 seconds now in the third. And Herndon's up 10-2. As he's got a major decision right now. If Machado's able to get up and get out, he will turn that into just a regular decision, which that's the same peek out he did earlier. That's going to mean right now if the match were to end, Caden, oh, look at that slick little ankle pick. Not seen that from Herndon yet, but holy cow, that was slick. Just a straight Cale Sanderson-style ankle pick, catches the ankle, snatches it, pulls it back, and Machado forced to sit. Now, major decision territory, that's going to be 13-3, Caden Herndon's up. Machado did a slick little roll there, able to get out and put Herndon in trouble. Herndon had to bail, and Machado able to pick up 3 more. Now Herndon's trying to cut the corner. As he runs out of time, he's going to win 13-4, and that's going to be enough to earn his points. His team 4 more points. As the Bluejays go back in the lead in what has been a back and forth duel. We're going to move up to 126 pounds with the Guthrie Bluejays. We're going to be wrestling Aiden Smith. And the Cushing Tigers are going to be wrestling Cole Vaughan.
For Guthrie, Aiden Smith, for your Tigers, Cole Vaughan!
Cole Vaughan here for the Tigers in the orange. Aiden Smith out early with a fireman's carry, and Vaughn somehow still able to avoid that, but now Aiden's coming into he's got a half hooked up. Vaughn's arm is caught. He hasn't gone over to near fall territory yet. Can't quite see it here, but Aiden's got to settle in for this half. He's got to keep getting that arm extended, but Vaughn with his hips twisted, staying off his back so far, super flexible, because Aiden Smith caught that fireman's carry, turned it into sort of a modified high C, just scrambled to this position. Goes for the half and had it, but Vaughn did a good job of being flexible and just not going to his back. And now able to earn the escape. And the first 30 seconds of that match was a lot of fun. 3-0, Aiden Smith of Guthrie in the blue. Currently you're leading over Cole Vaughn of Cushing, who is now in on an outside single. He's got it deep. He's shoulder deep, and he's got the foot caught. He stepped over. Aiden Smith on a heavy whizzer. He's whizzering hard, but he's got to be careful he doesn't give up a cradle here. Vaughn's got some length, and he'll be dangerous. But look at this. Aiden Smith scrambles here. Vaughn now cuts across to the double, uses those long arms to his advantage. He's trying to pop out the back here. If he gets his head out and steps over, he'll get the three, but Smith rolls through. He was hiding his ankles. Aiden Smith rolls through, catches the bottom foot, and now he's on top, and he's in a better position. Hips on top. He's looking for near fall there. He's got his 3 points for the takedown. And Vaughn's still hooked over the top. You can see that arm, and he's got Aiden's foot caught. This is a crazy position for Vaughn to hold on to because he was still dangerous from there. Aiden Smith able to get out, but Vaughn uses that length nicely. Very crafty defensively in what has been a fun first period. We're going to finish this one out 6-1. Aiden Smith of Guthrie leads over Cole Vaughn of Cushing. Aiden Smith did a good job. He was kind of caught there dead to rights on that single leg and did a good job just feeling, holding, clinging, waiting for his opportunity. And when it came, he exploded through on that roll, came out on top. And Cole Vaughn tried to hang on and make something happen, but wasn't quite ready to. Second period, Cole Vaughn goes down. Aiden Smith of the Bluejays is on top. And we get back to action here. Been a fun duel so far. And this match continues to carry that pace. Aiden Smith able to break down Cole Vaughn. Cole Vaughn now on his belly holding on to that hand. He's over top of the back leg, and now he's going to start running this half. He's going to have to be careful when he goes to try to get near fall because Vaughn is very crafty. And these long, tall wrestlers like this can do some things that aren't normal. As sometimes they do things you can't really practice, you can't really get good at until you see it. Vaughn has proven to be that type of wrestler for sure. Now Aiden Smith settles in here for control on top. Vaughn trying to work his way up. He's back to his knees now. Look for him to keep trying to come up to his feet. He's going to need to come to his feet if he's going to get out here. As Aiden Smith had his arm barred up, now Vaughn's trying to get to quad pod. And for his effort, Aiden Smith caught that arm to bar him down. He's got the inside bar arm. Vaughn's trying to roll it out. Smith riding tough here on top with 55 seconds left to go. He remains on top. He needs to stay behind those arms as he is. Grinding that up. He's got Vaughn broke down. He steps over. Now he's back in saddle. Aiden Smith slowly but surely working Cole Vaughn to the mat where maybe he can start trying to pull some of these arms back and work for near fall, but he gets warned for stalling. Not sure. Looks like we've got an illegal hold. Looks like perhaps it was a full Nelson. So that's an illegal hold. The referee stops the match, awards a point to Cole Vaughn, then gives him a fresh start. I believe Aiden Smith has been warned for stalling on top as well. I can't just sit on the hips and ride. You have to try to work for a fall. Perhaps I get this wrong. Maybe it's Vaughn that was warned for stalling. I'll find that out here shortly, but both guys here working down under 2 seconds. As we finish that period as we started with Aiden Smith of Guthrie on top. Cole Vaughn not able to get out. Current score still 6-2. Choice is going to go to Guthrie. Aiden Smith chooses neutral. And we get back to action here. Cole Smith with that long outside single. Cole Vaughn with that long outside single. We saw that in the in the first period. And he nearly had Aiden Smith took down. Goes for it again. Uses that length nicely, but now they're ear to ear. Tries to shoot. Aiden Smith down blocks well. Blocks it with his head. Now he's got a front headlock. Look for him to chase for this cradle on the far side. There it is. He chases for the cradle. Head in the hole. Does a great job there. Gets this locked up. Pops his head out. Does not have his 2 yet. He needs to go ahead and get behind and get his 3 for the takedown. Don't know why that hasn't been awarded yet, but clearly that's a takedown. Referee's thinking about it. There's 3 points for the takedown. Now if Aiden wants to go out there and try to force that cradle, he can. Looks like he's going to give it up. Vaughn with that length, so dangerous. Going to be easy to lock up a cradle on. Going to be hard to score with a cradle. That's kind of the MO of a long wrestler like that. You can lock them up easy, but they have so much length, it's hard to finish a cradle on a long wrestler like that. Aiden Smith now with a deep half. He's got the elbow high, and again, the length and flexibility of Cole Vaughn is making this near fall very difficult. Aiden's doing everything right, but Cole Vaughn just defending well. Down under 37 seconds now. Aiden Smith goes for a cradle. Going to have to let that go. Cole Vaughn gets the reversal. Aiden started trying to force that, trying to make something happen, and Vaughn waited his chance and took it, and now he's on top with the cradle. This is trouble, folks. Cradle for Vaughn. He's got it locked up. He's got 15 seconds. He's going to have to score quickly. He's got to get a pin if he's going to win. He's trying for that suicide cradle, trying to pull him over, trying to walk it up. Aiden Smith staying tough on bottom, holds out, and picks up the win. That's going to be 3 more points for the Blue Jays of Guthrie. Aiden Smith victorious over Cole Vaughn in what was a great match by Aiden Smith. Cole Vaughn, to his credit, was very difficult to deal with. And we're going to jump on up to 132 pounds. Well, Matt Mahalik of the Blue Jays is going to be taking on Max Tucker of Cushing. Hope these guys feeling each other out here. Matt Mahalik on a nice outside single to the left side. Did a good job setting that up. He's going to have to try to finish this here as Tucker fighting hard with heavy hips. Mahalik, though, makes an adjustment, goes the other direction, steps over the foot, and picks up the 3 points for the takedown. Good job there, Matt Mahalik. Now he's going to pop a leg in. Sitting off to the side there in side saddle. He's got his hip to the side. He's got to stay on top here as he's able to break him down and get to Turk. Now he's riding high thigh, sitting in the saddle, doing a good job here. Working that Turk. He's got to keep his hip on top. He's got to keep both his knees down. That's where he's sitting, and he's staying in a good spot here. His legs are out now, and Tucker's stuck on bottom trying to get to his base. Tucker very strong here. Just kind of hosses his way up with that, just pushes and hosses his way back up to his base. Mahalik here trying to cover, trying to stay in saddle as he works those elbows high. As long as he keeps those elbows high, it's going to be hard for Mason Tucker to base. There's a deep half. That's an elbow high half, and this is trouble. But Tucker able to just hoss that back down. Mahalik able to catch that, just not sure what to do with it once he had it. Staying behind those hips. If he gets that half again, he's going to have to get out to the side and run towards the head. But right now, he's just staying out of harm's way, staying in saddle, doing a good job. Like I say, if he keeps Tucker's elbows up, Tucker won't be able to use his strength to get back up. Now he goes for a lazy ride, pulls it back around, stays on the hips well. He's down under 5 seconds. Mahalik wrestling very clean tonight. There's that half again on the far side. He gets out to the side, starts to run it. And Matt Mahalik, 3-0 lead going into the second period. It's going to be Cushing's choice. They defer. Mahalik of Guthrie chooses bottom. Mason Tucker of the Cushing Tigers will go on top. See if he can have any luck here against Guthrie's Mahalik, who gets a quick quad pod. Heavy on that bar arm, heavy on the hips here. Tucker trying to keep Mahalik down. Mahalik's into a quad pod, but it's a long quad pod. Does a good job with the knee slide there when he gets bumped down. Gets to his feet. Tucker with a big, heavy lift in return. Now Tucker's got a leg in on the right side, but Mahalik does a good job here getting back to his feet. He's staying strong here on his feet. He's peeling hands. He's working. Gets away. Mason Tucker held on tight there and did what he could to hold him down, but Matt Mahalik wrestling very, very clean tonight. Doing a good job here so far with a 4-0 lead with 1:20 to go in the second. Mason Tucker is going to have to find a way to score here. He's going to have to get an offense going, tries to shoot here. Mahalik does a good job blocking, comes up with an ankle and then transitions over to the single leg, dumps it down into crackdown, and now he's back to work. He's going to try to step over that far leg and then belly down. He's got to get his head out. You can see him pushing that leg, trying to get his head out. Tucker squeezing his legs together, trying to keep that head in. Not able to do so. Matt Mahalik steps over, pops his head out. Really looked very textbook in that finish. He catches the ankle as Tucker pulls it away. Mahalik was losing the ankle. He just transitions to a single leg on the other side and then spins back around and dumps it. Catches the foot, pops his head out, gets the finish. Mason Tucker fought that hard, but Matt Mahalik right now is wrestling so clean. It's been a while since we've seen him wrestle this clean. It's nice to see now. He's got a cradle on the far side. Trouble here trying to roll through that. Not smart. Not a smart move, but able to pull through. That suicide cradle, Mason Tucker had his arm posted out, and as strong as he is, surprised Matt Mahalik was able to get out of that alive, but somehow scrambles his way back on top. Right about the time I praised how clean he was wrestling, he took an unneeded risk, and Mason Tucker nearly made him pay for that. As we end the second period, Matt Mahalik leading 7-0 over Mason Tucker. And what has been a very exciting duel and a pretty fun match moving forward. Up and out he goes. Mason Tucker able to get away. Really been struggling on bottom so far, but was able to get out this time. Did a good job there on bottom, earns himself a point. And like we were saying in the second, he's going to have to get some offense going if he wants to get back in this match. So far, Matt Mahalik has been in control for the most part, other than that scramble. And now Tucker's heavy on this head. He's got a heavy inside. He's got both inside ties. Mahalik outside. High crotch to a high C knee pull to an outside single, then transitions to a single on the other side. We found ourselves in this position earlier, but Tucker able to stay on top so far. Mahalik went for the dump and wasn't able to get it. Now he transitions up. He comes out for a peek out the back door, and Tucker locking the legs up. He's locking the arms up of Mahalik, which is making Mahalik's having to work with kind of short dinosaur arms because his arms are locked up. Super short. Stalemate called by the referee. Mahalik was still working, but that referee blew the whistle to give Tucker another chance here with 56 seconds to go. Would have liked to see that one play out a little bit longer. Mahalik was working still, but referee, I guess, didn't feel like there was enough going on. I guess if I'm Guthrie, I wish that would have kept going. If I'm Cushing, I'm glad that got stopped. But they are back to action now. Mahalik goes for a shot. At the same time, so does Tucker. Tucker able to get the best of it so far. He's got Mahalik cracked down, but Mahalik chasing the backside ankle. He's got to try to get his hips up to get his leg out. He does, and now he's got 3 points for the takedown. Sort of lost in that exchange. He got beat on that high C. Tucker kind of bowled his way over and knocked him down, but Mahalik crafty enough to get out and get around back, and he got his 3 points for the takedown. That puts him up 10-1. He's currently in bonus territory, and he's in a lot of trouble here on the edge as Tucker trying to crawl back on top. But that takedown's going to win it for Matt Mahalik with bonus. Major decision. That's going to be 4 points for Guthrie's team as we move on to matchup at 138 pounds. Guthrie's going to be bringing out Luke Lyons, currently ranked number 10 in Class 5A. And Cash Stapleton for Cushing, currently ranked number 6 in Class 4A. Ought to be a good matchup again, folks. We've been talking all night about how important bonus is, and in the last few matches, Guthrie has managed to win close matches that were close on paper. They've won them by bonus. And so here's one. Cash Stapleton now deep in on a single leg. Luke Lyons trying to fight his hips back. He's catching these ankles nicely. Lyons is trying to get his hips back on top, as Stapleton's trying to get his hips on top. Both these guys trying to hold the high ground. Lyons, though, let go and reached back, and that cost him that takedown. He was in control of that, and he got caught in the busyness of that scramble and tried to reach back, and Stapleton was able to pull off the takedown for 3, and then he lets Lyons go. Currently up 3-1. Lyons heavy on that head as he's fighting hands heavy inside, but that left leg of Luke Lyons, again, Cash Stapleton has been there twice. Lyons will scramble hard here. Stapleton, though, is going to have to put this on the shelf and try to elevate it, or Lyons will get the stalemate. He'd be happy for the stalemate. As he gets Stapleton again on that leg, Lyons doing a good job fighting that off, but he's going to have to do a better job of keeping Stapleton off that leg. It's just a target right now. Stapleton gets in on it enough. He will score, and there we go. Gets in on it again for a takedown. Sets up that fireman's carry. Picks up 3 points for the takedown. Nearly had some near fall, but was not able to get it. Lyons able to bail out, get his arm loose, and get to his base in time. And now Lyons looks like he's trying to do a sit-out switch, maybe. Had that inside leg. Not able to make it happen. We finished the first period. Cash Stapleton of Cushing currently leading Luke Lyons of Guthrie 6-1. Choice goes to Guthrie. They're going to put Lyons down. Cash Stapleton of the Tigers goes on top. We're going to start this second period. We got a caution here. Looks like they're going to caution Luke Lyons. Referee told him to get set. He got set. Apparently didn't like, Cash Stapleton didn't like where Lyons' hands were. But now we're back to action here. Luke Lyons with the escape. They get back to work on their feet. Stapleton goes the other way this time. Shoots to the right side of Lyons with a nice high crotch. He transitions over to a double leg and gets another takedown. Lyons, to his credit, continues that scramble and gets out, but that's a 3-1 exchange. That's going to put Cash Stapleton up 9-3 over Luke Lyons. Stapleton now dives in again on a double. He's coming out with a single now. Single leg on the left side. He's been here 3 times tonight. This will make for another one. Luke Lyons has been able to shut him down a couple of times, but Stapleton's been able to score a couple of times out of here. Lyons gets another stalemate. And Stapleton now looking like he might be wearing down just a bit. 1:10 seconds to go in the second. Lyons is going to have to mount some type of an offense if he wants to get back in this match. Stapleton with a big double leg comes back out with a single on the far side. Cuts the corner, dumps. Lyons trying to scramble and pull that leg over. Able to get the ankle now. No score change. Luke Lyons comes out on top after grabbing that ankle. Gets 3 points of his own. And now he's got that crossface. He's going for the cradle. He tips it back. Luke Lyons has got a cradle locked up, and this is tight, folks. This is tight. It's going to be 4 for the near fall if he does not get the pin, but this is big time. Luke Lyons has this locked up tight. This is tight. Stapleton fighting, can't get it done. Luke Lyons comes from behind and picks up the fall. That's 6 points for the Bluejays. And just like that, the tables turn, and Luke Lyons scrambles himself out of harm's way, gets on top, locks up an immediate cradle. and picks up the fall. We're going to jump up to 144 pounds. Guthrie's going to be rolling out Aiden Harden.
That's a fast call.
And in the first 5 seconds, calls a stall call against Aiden Harden for backing out of bounds. Aiden's currently wrestling Isaiah Tussler. Isaiah Tussler, number 1 ranked wrestler in Class 4A. As he gets to work here on top with an early takedown. And now he goes for a cradle. Got that locked up tight. Aiden's going to fight here. He's got his inside arm out, which is good. Able to fight out of that and get back to his base. And Tussler here on top, trying to get his arms back. Harden holding on here to those arms, trying to work out of. Tussler's he's basically barring that inside bar arm up. He's going to try to run that tilt, and Harden down there fighting the hands so that Tussler can't commit to that if he doesn't have that tight. And if Aiden's got a hold of his hands, he's not really going to want to go because there's a chance if he rolls through, he'll lose the grip and then he'll lose the hold. So he's got to wait until it's tight. Aiden was fighting those hands, and now we're back to this chicken wing position. Harden doing a great job keeping his arm straight and pushing that outside hip, but he needs to go ahead and let off that or he's going to get hammerlocked as he does right there. Pushed it a little bit too far and allowed that hammerlock to come in, and now Tussler's going to walk around front and probably try to hook that front arm and run this Air Force. If he does, that's going to be a tough one to beat. Tussler, tall and long. He's probably going to be able to lock this up from there, but if he can't, Aiden's got to look to get those hips up. If he can get his hips up, he can start to get loose. Tussler having a little bit of trouble here. Aiden now got his hips up. That's good. And now Tussler's got to go back. See, when you get your hips up, you lose all the pressure because you're pushing into the mat. Well, if you're not able to push into the mat, you lose the pressure on that hammerlock. And so Aiden was waiting for Tussler to get off his hips. When he did, he based up. Tussler had to jump back on the hips if he didn't want to lose the hold. So good job by Aiden Harden down there. 3-0. Currently getting into the second period here with the number 1 ranked kid in Class 4A. As we get going here in the second period, Isaiah Tussler of Cushing's on bottom. Aiden Harden of Guthrie on top. Tussler right to his feet. And Harden trying to hang on here. Remember, he's been warned for stalling, so he's going to have to keep working here as he drops down to the single. Tussler, tall and long for 144 pounds. Using that leverage. Aiden Harden is tall and long for 144 pounds. And Tussler just a little bit taller, a little bit longer, and a little bit bigger everywhere. A lot more mature, you can tell. Older, Aiden Harden just a freshman. And there's a little bit of a size difference you can see as Tussler able to get those hips back and down and long and use that length to his advantage. He got the reversal for 2, and now Aiden Harden gets an escape. Current score 5-1 as we get down under 1:20 in the second period. Tussler with inside ties. He gets a heavy collar, shooting for a short carry. Grabs that elbow, dumps him to his hip, and gets 3 for the takedown. Trying to let Harden go. Harden spins and grabs that leg, and that's going to slow down that progress as now Tussler's going to have to try to get his leg back just to get back on top. And he was trying to let him go, so good job there, Aiden Harden, just making it difficult on Tussler, who now is going for a head inside cradle. He's got Aiden's bent. He's got his back bowed. Smith's got to be tough here, not let his knee come to his head, but he has. Tussler now trying to roar. He's just forcing this over, able to get that head in the whole cradle. Now he's got Aiden Harden in all kinds of trouble. Trying to bow him up again. Aiden able to get off the first time. Tussler's got to lock back up a second time, though, this time a lot tighter. And he picks up the fall. At 144 pounds, that's going to be 6 points for Cushing. Bumping up now to 150 pounds. Guthrie's going to wrestle Colton Stevens. Colton currently ranked number 8 at 144 pounds. And Guthrie held him out that last match to bump him up here and trying to get some of those points back that were earned by Cushing at 144 pounds. So a little bit of gamesmanship here by the Bluejays as they try to pick up some more points. Colton Stevens going to be wrestling Kenny Flatt. of Cushing. So even though Colton's bumping up, doesn't look like there's a whole lot of weight discrepancy here. Stevens weighed in just looks like about 5 pounds less than. So should be some parity here in this matchup. Kenny Flatt of Cushing in the orange singlet. And Colton Stevens, who just cracked the top 10 after a big weekend in Sallisaw. He got some good wins under his belt and made the top 10 as a sophomore, currently ranked number 8 at 144 pounds. Now going to try to get to work here. As Kenny Flatt making it difficult in his front headlock. He's heavy on that head. Stevens, a long, tall wrestler. He uses that to his advantage. Tussler here seems to have a little bit more horsepower. He's pulling heavy on that head, making all kinds of problems for Stevens in these collar ties. Heavy snap down there. Stevens able to duck away. Look for Kenny Flatt to continue to bang on this head as Stevens takes a shot from far off. Flatt cuts the corner, gets behind Stevens. Under the arm, gets out. No points exchanged there as they both scramble out of harm's way. Stevens shoots for that single, misses, and then reshoots. He's got it locked up in the hip. Look for him to continue to go right. He's got to get his elbow down in the back. Flatt doing a good job circling and staying in the front. Stevens has got to continue to circle to his right, or he's got to lift. He's got to do one or the other. There he cuts back. He cuts back to the left in a crackdown from that at the whistle. Picks up 3 points just in time. Kenny Flatt, to his credit, doing a good job of fighting that off, but just wasn't able. He went heavy on that hip. Went heavy on that hip to stop the single leg. Stevens felt that and just spun the direction and cracked it down the other way. Took that weight. He took that momentum and did a good job scoring there at the end. Choice goes to Guthrie. They go bottom. As Colton Stevens gets right to his feet on the whistle. Kenny Flatt of Cushing trying to hold him down. Now, Kenny Flatt having to let him go for fear of a stall call like we've been talking all night. You can stand there for a minute and try to get him down, but if you can't, you got to let him go or you get in trouble. So Kenny Flatt got to that point, had to let him go, and Colton Stevens gets the escape. That's going to put him up 4-0, and we're back to action here. Kenny Flatt gets right back on that heavy collar tie. Colton Stevens uses that link, pulls up a double leg, just hosses it up. He's got Kenny to his feet, but Kenny's looking to get crafty here. Colton's got to be careful. Able to lift and trip. He's got behind now, got him broke down. That's 3 points for Colton Stevens. That's going to put him up 7-0. Gets his second takedown of the night, and he gets to work on top here. Kenny Flatt of Cushing is going to have to find a way to get to his base so that he can get to his feet, so that he can get out from underneath Colton Stevens, who is currently going to work on top. He's got a crossface. He's got a far arm. Look for him to either go barbed wire or a cradle. Kenny Flatt is going to have to start trying to base up land. There's not going to do him any good. Colton Stevens, though, running out of bounds to get back around. He's trying to get this barbed wire. Got a little bit too high, but had those arms tied up so Kenny Flatt couldn't grab those legs. Down to about 20 seconds now in this second period. Colton Stevens in control on top. Kenny Flatt trying to base up now. Gets to his base. He got to his hands. He got to his knees. Stevens now has that lazy ankle ride. He's got the far arm caught, cross face. Look for him to go for cradle here if he can get it. But we're down under 3 seconds. We're probably going to end the period here, as the choice is going to go to Kenny Flatt of Cushing, as they try to make a decision to figure out what they're going to do. Kenny Flatt's going to go bottom. Colton Stevens of Guthrie is going to go on top. And we'll start this period off 7-0. Coach Jeremy Davenport looking over, talking to Colton during that break, was like, hey, if you can score again, we could use the bonus. So look for Colton Stevens here. Try to get a tilt on top. We saw him get several turns this past weekend. He uses that length well from the top position. And look for him to continue to try that. In the second period, he was having success, but Kenny Flatt was not willing to go over. And I'm pretty sure he's not going to willingly go over this period either. So Colton's going to have his work cut out for him. Kenny Flatt's got to get back to his base. And Colton Stevens now really trying hard to get this cradle. Now he goes back for the crossface. It's been back and forth here. Colton Stevens, look for a stall call here. Kenny Flatt hadn't really tried to base up in a while. I can imagine a stall call coming if he doesn't work himself out of here. As Colton Stevens really trying to score. He's got this barbed wire. He's got the arms hooked up, but Flatt, you see his left leg's posted. That means it's going to be hard to twist his hips over. Colton Stevens trying hard to score. Not able to, but now he drops over to the side. He's got a cradle locked up. And he gets it tipped up. He gets a 2 count. No, he gets a 1 count and then another 1 count. Somehow Kenny Flatt able to get out of that without giving up any points. And Kenny Flatt doing a good job being difficult. He's got Stevens' arm caught, so now Stevens is just, the clock is being burned and Stevens is not able to get that arm back. He's trying to remain on top. Flatt, to his credit, is just being hard to turn down here, but Stevens now has a chicken wing wrapped up. Flatt posting big with that outside right leg. Makes it hard for his hips to turn. Stevens has got him going. He's got the hip down. He's got to push that head with his knee. His right knee has to push that head away, not just lay there, but push it away. And now Kenny Flatt, though, scrambles out of that. Stevens is going to pick up 4 points for the near fall, and that's going to earn him a bonus win of a major decision, and that's going to be 4 more points for Guthrie. As the current score of this duel now 27 to 12. As the Blue Jays move on to 157 pounds, Guthrie's going to roll out Rowan McCone. And he's going to be taking on Bryce Ward of Cushing. Bryce Ward currently ranked number 8 in Class 4A. Comes out with a big double leg. Rowan able to take that momentum and roll through that. Kind of throw him off. But Ward answers right back with a single leg. Trips McComb a second time. McComb falls down to his rear and comes up with a single leg, and now is in single leg territory. Now Ward able from that front headlock to cut the corner, gets the leg. McComb goes for a high flyer, and they're called out of bounds with both guys still inside the line. There's no score there as we go back to the center 0-0. A lot of action here. Now Ward in on a low single. McComb trying to keep his hips up. He's really had an easy time getting to the legs of McComb, but had a lot of trouble finishing on McComb. McComb being crafty here and tough. McComb's wrapping up a cradle on the outside. As Ward's got that leg on the inside. Ward had that low level, that ankle, and that knee caught. And Rowan McComb was able to lock up that cradle on the outside. Really no change, no score. Referee calls it there on the edge, and we get back to action here. Under 50 seconds now in the first. McComb hits a standing high C on the outside. Just a snatch single. He's got to run the pipe. He just needs to snap the football and set him on his butt. Didn't know what to do with that. And Ward now able to stomp that leg down and get out. McComb with an underhook. Just reached down and grabbed that leg and caught it. I don't think he meant to get it. I think he meant to fake it, but he was able to hook it, and he got it. McComb there grabbed that ankle, went for the little wrist whip, not able to get it. As we get down under 20 seconds now, what's been an exciting first period here at 157 pounds. McComb with a big double, goes in. He's deep. He's got to keep moving those feet. He gets up into quad pod now, and now Ward cuts the angle, cuts the corner. Ward goes for a big neck whip. McComb able to come out somehow sort of on top. Ward comes out at the end on top, no change. A lot of crazy scrambling going on here in this first period, but no points awarded to either wrestler. As we go into the second period, it's going to be Cushing's choice. They pick bottom. Guthrie's going to go on top. 0-0, second period. Exciting first 2 minutes. We can hope this next 2 minutes will be as well. Roll McComb now gets a breakdown here. And he's got Ward head down. He's got him head down, broke down. He's got the arm caught. Ward stuck here underneath. McComb's got that chicken wing. He's got that chicken wing caught in all kinds of trouble. As Ward does a good job just getting to his feet and earns a point as McComb shoots him out of bounds. And we are back to action here in what's been an exciting match so far. Bryce Ward got that point for the escape. That's the first points of the night. He's up 1-0 over Guthrie's Rowan McComb. Rowan now with a big underhook. Throws it by. Just went too big. He just needs the points here. Ends up getting caught on his back in that exchange. Bryce Ward takes a shot. McComb answers back with an overhook, and instead of just throwing it by and getting three, he goes big and tries to take him to his back. Ward able to set McComb down and put him on his own back, so McComb had to let go and go to his belly. Neither guy afraid to scramble here or go for big, I can tell you that. As McComb now finds himself on bottom, down 4-0. Big takedown there by Bryce Ward. Really changed the momentum of this. It'd be good. Rowan McComb's got to get up and get out here with 20 seconds to go. And Bryce Ward does not want to let that happen. He can just sit here on the edge and hang out, burn that clock down, and ride this lead as long as he can. McComb's got to make something happen. He's got to get busy here. Now he's starting to quad pot up, make something happen. Trying to force his way around on top to the back, and really just needed to get a reversal or get away, and instead forces himself to his back. Bryce Ward more than happy to take Rowan McComb to his back. Earns 2 more points for near fall. And now McComb's going to have a choice. Guthrie's going to put him down, and he's going to have to just get a clean escape here. Try to score some points. Really, he's got to make something big happen. Now he's down 6-0. Third period. Bryce Ward's got a comfortable lead. He can just sit here and ride and win this match. Rowan McComb's got to figure out how to get up off bottom. He's got to get off his belly. He's got to get to his hands and knees, start to get to his feet, start to get away where he can be dangerous. But from his belly down here, he's not dangerous enough to score any points. As Bryce Ward now happy to go to work here with his head lever. Look for him to poke his head underneath. Go to work. McComb now trying for a hip roll. Doesn't have the elbow. And now Ward able to just ride that hip, sit heavy here. And McComb's got to start working for his base. He's got to start working to his feet now, start trying to get some space. And Ward just holding on tight. Going to ride this out. McComb rolls through. Rolls through, and now he's got him semi-caught. He's got the head caught. Ward trying to come back up on top. And what was trouble now got McComb on his back, and he's in all kinds of trouble. Bryce Ward picks up the fall. Big-time 6 points for Cushing, and that's going to get them closer to the Bluejays. That's going to be 18-27. In what was a back-and-forth match, Bryce Ward was able to put away 6 more points for Cushing. Bumping up to 165 pounds, Clayton Carey. Clayton Carey of the Bluejays, currently ranked number 7 in Class 5A, is taking on Tevin Minnie. And Tevin Minnie currently ranked number 10, Class 4A. We got 2 top 10 ranked guys, one in Class 4A, one in Class 5A. This should be a fun match as well. We've had a lot of good ones tonight, a lot of good ones. This one should not disappoint either. Cushing currently down 18-27, but still in this duel. There's a lot of wrestling to go. We're not halfway done yet. Guthrie came out early with the lead. Was back and forth there for a little bit, and then Guthrie started to make a run, had 3 matches in a row. But now Cushing picks up a big 6-point win to try to start turning the tide, as Minnie now starts for this outside single. And Carey able to get out as he gets back inside ties on this heavy collar tie. With 50 seconds to go. No points yet, but look for these guys to start opening up. They felt each other out. They've tested the waters. They've tested the strength. And now Clayton Carey comes up with a single leg, but just out of bounds. Not going to get any points for that. Both these guys have kind of felt what they needed to feel. Look for them to start opening up a little bit now. As we get down under 30 seconds, we'll see who tries to strike first. Heavy collar tie. Clayton Carey takes tries for a little knee pick. Didn't commit too hard to it. I think he was going for an ankle pick. Ankle wasn't there, went for the knee. It wasn't there either, so he pops back up to his feet. I mean, he's got some pretty quick feet, pretty athletic with those feet. Did a good job blocking with his head there. Carey tried to shoot in, and Minnie kind of had him stop before he started. Carey able to shoot him out of bounds. 3 seconds to go. We're going to end the period here with no score in the first, as the choice goes to Guthrie. And Clayton Carey is going to choose bottom. Tevin Minnie of Cushing will be on top. And we're back to action here. Carey straight to the quad pot on the whistle. Gets to his feet. Minnie heavy on those hips. Carey able to peel hands and get away. Earns the first points of the match. And now they get back to work. Carey clearing heavy on that collar tie on his right side. He's got the outside elbow. He's clearing the elbow on the left side well, but then he's shooting to the right. Ooh, nearly caught there. That's 3 points for the takedown. Holy cow. I thought Tevin Minnie was going to go for a lat drop on the edge, and then Clayton Carey just set down and throws one of his own. Drags the toes, almost like a wide receiver dragging their toes inbounds to catch the football. Clayton Carey drags him out of bounds and gets the 3 points. Big time takedown for Clayton Carey. That's got him up 4-1 over Tevin Minnie, and now Tevin Minnie gets the escape. Now current score's 4-1. In-house has it backwards. They got it fixed, though. 4-1. Clayton Carey with that big takedown just moments ago as we get down close to a minute to go in the second period. Both these guys starting to open up a little bit. So we're moving on here. Underhook now on the right side. Clayton Carey, he's got an underhook. Look for him to throw this by and try to go for a single. Went for the other side, went for the long side. Not able to get the knee tap, but he's back into the heavy collar tie. These Cushing Tigers are doing a good job banging the head. They're being heavy on the head of the Bluejays tonight. They're not scoring a lot with it, but they're heavy with their snaps and they're heavy with their ties. They do a good job with that. Do that long enough, it'll wear on the opponent. Makes it hard to shoot, makes it frustrating as well. It's a good defensive mechanism. If not good for offense, it's at least good for defense. And now Carey's got an inside tie of his own. Snap down attempt. As we run under 5 seconds here, looks like we're going to finish this period up. 4-1, Clayton Carey of Guthrie currently leading Tevin Minnie. Going to work on the score clock here in-house. Got the score correct, just have it for the wrong teams. Your score clock here on the broadcast is correct. Clayton Carey of Guthrie ahead of Tevin Minnie 4-1. Choice went to Cushing. Minnie's going to go down. Carey on top for the third. Minnie in the second period when he was taken down got right back up to his feet, was able to get up and get out. But here in the third, Clayton Carey breaks him down. Clayton's been known to be tough on top. He is a point scorer from this position, and he's got Minnie down broken to his belly, which is not good for Minnie. Minnie's got to get to his base if he wants to try to score and get out. Clayton Carey, though, heavy on these hips, staying in that saddle. Now he's working on that Turk out of that lazy ride from the ankle. Breaks Minnie right back down to his belly, going for a heavy crossface there. Inside bar arms, Clayton wrestling tough on top here. Minnie just struggling to get out, struggling to get off his belly. It's going to be hard to get out from his belly. Now Clayton bars the arm, gets the chicken wing. Now look for him to run. He's going to try to tilt that way maybe. Really just staying busy on top. He's going to try to run this chicken wing tilt. He's got Minnie in all kinds of trouble here. Man, Minnie's strong, able to pull that arm back. He just gritted and bared that, able to just pull his arm out. But still with 53 seconds to go, he's able to get to his base now. Carey's got to stay tough here on top and keep grinding. He's got the ankle now, going to try to elevate it. Minnie's up, he's trying to move and get out. Carey's just like glue. He's like a blanket on top, just holding on tight here. And now Minnie gets to his feet and able to get the one. Folks, we got a match. If Minnie gets a takedown, he gets the win here. That will put him up. A takedown puts Minnie up 5-4, 26 seconds to go. Clayton Carey's got to be smart here. He's got a down block. He's got to stay solid. He does not have to be aggressive here, and Minnie's got to go for broke. He's got to start shooting. He's got to start going hard. Clayton Carey happy to just burn the clock here, let it happen. But look at this. Clayton Carey nonchalantly from that underhook catches the knee tap, and out of nowhere, Tevin Minnie did not expect that. Clayton Carey gets a 3-point takedown and was going for near fall. He picks up the win, and that's going to be 3 more points for the Blue Jays. It's going to put them up 30 points to 18 over the Cushing Tigers as we move into 175 pounds, where the Guthrie Blue Jays are going to bring out number 1 ranked in the state, Bryson Hall, with a high C knee pull and a 3-point takedown quick against Darren Stewart of Cushing. He's going to let him go and go for another takedown here. Block sprawl go behind, actually snap down go behind, and that's going to be 3 more points. And there's going to be 3 more points for Hall. Current score 9-2. Bryson Hall on top. Darren Stewart stuck here on bottom. Hall going for that chicken wing. Darren Stewart currently ranked number 6 in Class 4A. Trying to slow this match down so he can get his bearings straight and get back to work. But Bryson Hall busy on top. He's busy on his feet. Bryson scores from everywhere, currently undefeated, showing why. He's had a good senior season so far. Really been dominant everywhere he wrestles, catches a cradle on the outside. Stewart doing what he can to stop this cradle. Bryson Hall just hosses this thing over. Now he's got near fall. He's got this locked up tight. Can elevate those legs. Now he's got the knee stuck in the side. He's looking for the fall here. This is tight, folks. Darren Stewart's in all kinds of trouble. Bryson Hall doing what he needs to pick up 6 points for his Blue Jays. And we're going to move on to 190 pounds for what is another matchup that has been starred on my cheat sheet all night.
190 pounds for Guthrie.
Roston Usselton currently ranked number 4 in Class 5A. Did they call this Darren Stewart? Looks like this is Darren Stewart, folks. So Darren Stewart, I apologize, got that wrong on the last one. They are bumping some guys around different than what is on my sheet here. Coach is trying to get crafty here to make some things happen. Looks like Darren Stewart bumped up to 190. I think they're going to try to pick up a win here over Roston Usselton, but Usselton not willing to let that happen without a fight. He's in on a single leg of his own, and now on the edges trying to pull this back in bounds. and pulls it in for 3, and that's going to be a takedown. Roston Usselton as he gets out to an early lead over Darren Stewart of Cushing. Yeah, Darren Stewart weighed in at 170 pounds. Big time lift and return there. And Stewart, once he bounces off the mat, takes that momentum on his way up to get his hips out, to cut the corner, kind of get into a switch. He just turns around and grabs the leg of Usselton, who was too high. And now he's coming out the back door here, trying to crack this down. Reaches up for sort of a modified fireman's carry and able to get back on top of Usselton. That's 2 points for the reversal. Usselton on bottom is still leading by 1. And he's back to his feet quickly. Now Stewart drops to the leg of Usselton, trying to hang on here for dear life with 5 seconds to go. He's got to hold on tight. Usselton's got to try to make something happen. Usselton steps over, gets around behind, and that's going to be 2 points for the reversal. Roston gets those back. Choice is going to go to Guthrie here. Usselton is going to choose bottom. Cushing's going to be on top. Darren Stewart currently down 5-2. Usselton now quick on the quad pod. Gets that inside leg stand up. Trying to whip himself out. Stewart drops to that single. But Usselton strong at 190. Able to bull his way back out and get back on top. Now look at that. Nice little pass by there by Stewart. Not able to score with it, but Roston was pushing hard. Stewart blows by, hits a little pass by. Roston able to stay on his feet, so no points were scored there. Now they're heavy in these collar ties. Roston gets that heavy snap down, going for underhooks here. Stewart hanging in there, snaps him down of his own, shoots in, snap down. He snaps it down, tries to go for the high C, but Usselton just shuts that down quick with those heavy hips and able to just get behind. As Usselton's starting to wear now on Stewart. We're down to a minute in the second. Usselton up 9-2 as he gets to work here now. I think Usselton feels a bit of a shift change because he let him up. And now he's going for underhooks, shoots his high C, switches off to a double, gets a takedown. And that's going to be 3 more points for that takedown. Now he's up 12-3. Darren Stewart fighting off a tough half as Usselton grinds that thing up, trying to pull the head under. But Stewart able to pull the hand off. Now 25 seconds left to go. Usselton's trying to score again on top, and Stewart trying to survive here is bellied out with the bigger man on top who's starting to get to work now. We're down under 10 seconds now. Usselton's got a chicken wing. He's running it around. Looks like he's going to at least pick up near fall if he doesn't get the pin. We got 5 seconds to go. Usselton's got this tight. Stewart's got to fight here, trying to push that shoulder up. And gets out of there with 4 points near fall to Usselton, who is now up 13 points. He just needs 2 more for the tech fall. Choice is going to go to Usselton, and he goes neutral. Takedown here is going to win by a tech fall. High C changes to the double. That's the tech fall. Usselton with 5 more team points for Guthrie. Another bonus win for the Bluejays at 190 pounds. Going to bump up to 215 pounds. Wyatt Silvis of Guthrie. Going to have to listen for this name. Not sure who he's going to wrestle.
215-pound division, Wyatt Silvis for Guthrie. For your Tigers, Bo Lane.
Bo Lane of Cushing is going to be taking on Wyatt Silvis of Guthrie. Both of these wrestlers wrestling at 215 pounds. Both of these wrestlers weighed in around 190 pounds. Can't read the handwriting here, but should be a similar size here. Both undersized 215-pounders, but similar-sized individuals. Look for some parity as far as that goes. Lane with a big underhook over here. Silva's trying to clamp down and get the overhook, but Lane still with that underhook. He's starting to charge in. Silva's has got to try to swim that arm in. Lane pulls out with an arm drag, catches the hip. Silva's trying to cut the corner to get this crotch lift. He's heavy with those hips. He's got the far ankle on the backside now, trying to dump Lane over. Lane, though, hanging on tight to that hold. Silva's heavy with his hips. Needs to try to tip this. That's going to be a stalemate there as they work their way out. Work their way back to the center. 50 seconds to go in the first period. Still no score. Bo Lane took the first shot. Nearly had Silva's down. Silva's able to use his hips to stay out of trouble. And now both guys back to action here in the center as Lane very quickly taps that high C. Didn't go for it, but was definitely there. Now he's got the inside Russian tie here against Silva. Silva's blocks with his head and gets an underhook. Now Silva's marching him down. Lane goes for an inside tie. Look for him to go salto. He's going to go big. Big time throw there by Lane. You can see Silva's walking into that. Didn't feel salto coming, but Lane knew exactly what he wanted there. And as Silva's marched him down, walks right into it, took the momentum. Lane took the momentum that Silva's did with that push and just threw him on his back. Silva's is going to have to be careful in those ties. Lane clearly a thrower, clearly done a little bit of Greco or something as he gets out to a 7-point lead, 7-0. Choice goes to Cushing. Lane's going to go bottom. Silva's on top. Lane up and out here. Well, up to his feet quick. Silva's trying to lift and return, able to bring him back down. He's going to have to keep grinding on top and staying strong, but Lane peeling hands on bottom. Silva's able to stay behind, keep him down. As he transitions on top, trying to get that bar arm chop, trying to get him to his belly. Lane, though, stocky and stout, trying to stay on his base. He doesn't want to get bellied down. And Silva's obviously trying to get him there. Doesn't want to get too high. He's got to stay behind that lead arm. As Lane sits there, tries to sit out, turn in. Silva's catches on top. Silva's getting high on that left side, pulling that arm. He's got to get behind that. Lane just staying solid on his base, peeling hands, doing what he can. Silva's made a nice adjustment there. As he felt his hand coming off the inside thigh, he circles back around to kind of cover that hip. Lane staying busy on bottom, not able to get out yet. Silva's on top, trying to get him broke down so he can get to work. Hip bump there by Silva's, doing a good job here on this spiral, staying behind, starting to pull that hand now. Goes for another chop. Lane's trying for that hip roll. You saw him reach back for that elbow. Look for him to try to do something crafty like that again. A guy that can throw as well as Lane did will probably be pretty crafty on bottom as well. Silva's getting a little bit high here. Got to get back and make an adjustment, get behind those arms. He's leaning up too far ahead with his left arm. As Lane's trying to grab it. Makes the adjustment. Silva's big time lift and return. Lane trying for the switch. Silva's did a good job keeping that high elbow. He kept his shoulder high and the arm straight. And now Lane, for his effort, is broke down on his belly. And now Silva's getting to work on top with this inside bar arm. Silva's now getting to work, doing a good job here with 20 seconds to go. Lane's going to have to get to his base and try to make something happen. But he looks content to be here as he is technically winning this match. Now he gets up to his base. Some 10 seconds to go. Silva's is going to have to try to remain on top and not give up any points, but was not able to score from this position. Did a good job riding on top. And now choice will go to Guthrie, and it'll be a big choice here. As Wyatt Silva's from one move finds himself down 7 points. Coach Jeremy Davenport puts him neutral. Silva's is going to have to get going on his high C. He's going to have to stay out of these ties and get busy with his hands. But Bo Lane, very crafty from this position. We saw him with a big throw, but he was also very quick on some knee taps. He controls the ties very well, and that's given Silva some problems. He's not able to get through those hands. So the head-hands defense of Bo Lane has been pretty solid here. Silvas has got to open that up so he can take one of his shots. And Lane here doesn't have to take a risk to win this match. Silvas does. Silvas goes for a high C, but it wasn't there. You saw Lane's hands just blocked real well. Silvas now caught underneath and look for Lane to go for something big. We saw him go big before as he goes big again there for a big high C lift and return. And he is now getting to work on top. Silva's got to get to his base. Got to get up and try to make something happen here. If he lays there, Lane will get to work on top. Silvas does a good job there, gets to his knees. Lane's got that ankle caught on the backside, which makes it hard. Silvas is going to have a hard time quad pod until he gets his ankle back. He's got his ankle back. Now he's got to work for that inside knee stand up. Some type of quad pod to get to his feet so he can get out. And Lane just heavy here on top. Just being heavy on top and riding hard. Silvas not able to move. Going to have to try to get a base, try to get out, but really not able to move here. Lane's got that arm caught up. I don't know if he's got that arm barred. He's going to maybe try to roll through tilt. Probably not. Probably just happy to stay here on top with 20 seconds to go. He's got a major decision victory. No reason to risk anything. Silvas, though, stuck here on bottom, just not able to make anything happen off bottom either, as Bo Lane of Cushing is going to pick up a 10-0 win over Guthrie's Wyatt Silvas, and that's going to be 4 points for Cushing as we move on to the 285-pound heavyweight matchup.
285-pound weight division for Guthrie, so William Morgan for your Tigers, Aaron Vieira!
Sir William Morgan for the Bluejays is going to be taking on Aaron Vieira of Cushing at 285 pounds. Big boys going at it now. Both guys heavy in these collar ties. These big boys getting after it. Vieira with a heavy over tie. Sir Will with the big inside tie on the collar. I probably say it too often, but with heavyweights, nothing happens until something big happens, and that's what I'm waiting for here. Both guys, they're going to feel each other out. They're going to try to get each other off balance. They're going to see what they want to see and then watch one of them go for something, and when they go, it's big. Something big happens, and that's what's going on here. These guys are going to feel each other out. Heavy on the collar ties. Not a lot of shooting happens in heavyweight because it's a big risk. You get underneath there, one of these big guys comes down on you, you might not get back up. So if they're going to take a shot, they're going to set it up big time. Sir Will with a snatch single. Very quickly done. And Aaron Vieira from his butt able to sit out and switch and get on top without giving up a takedown. He ends up on top for a takedown of his own. That's 3-0. Now, Aaron Vieira, very athletic there, did a good job making something happen. Sir Will with a beautiful snatch single. But now Vieira's got a barbed wire hooked up, folks, and this is going to be tight, and this is going to be trouble. Sir Will's in a lot of trouble here as time runs out. Aaron Vieira picks up 4 points for the near fall, and Sir Will dodges a bullet, able to get out of the first period. Guthrie's choice, they defer. Cushing is going to go down. Aaron Vieira leads 7-0 over Sir William Morgan with a takedown and a turn. And we start this second period at 285 pounds. Sir Will picks up a caution there for not getting on top correctly. Vieira staying solid here on bottom. Look for him to try to quad pod and then work his way up. He's posting one of those legs, and he'll try to post the other one. Look at him sit out spinning now. He's spinning quick. Now he's got that post up. Now he's got a high C, and now he cuts to a double. Sir Will trying to hang on here. Referee gives a premature 2 points, but now Aaron Vieira finally gets the 2 with that takedown. As we wrestle the edge here, with 1 minute and 20 seconds to go, Aaron Vieira of Cushing currently leads Sir William Morgan of Guthrie 9-0 in this heavyweight matchup. Folks, Guthrie's going to win this duel regardless of the outcome of this match, but it has been a fun one, and hopefully this matchup will continue to entertain. It's been a good night so far. A lot of good action, a lot of good scrambles. As Vieira breaks down Morgan on top, look for him to get right back to that crossface and barbed wire. That's where he's at. That's what he got earlier in the first period. He's right back on it. If he can get Sir Will moved over, this is going to deem trouble for Morgan as this is tight. Sir William Morgan gives up the fall, and Aaron Vieira finishes off this duel for the Cushing Tigers with a pin. And that makes the crowd happy. Even though they're going to lose this duel, they end on a win. But the Guthrie Bluejays are going to win this duel against the Cushing Tigers, 41-28. And as these boys shake hands, it was a fun night here in Cushing. A lot of good action, a lot of good wrestling. Nice little showcase between number 9 ranked in 4A, the Cushing Tigers, against the number 7 ranked Guthrie Bluejays. A lot of good action, a lot of good matchups. Cushing came out of here they started the night with 10 wrestlers ranked in the top 10. They had 4 ranked in the top 5. Guthrie has, what did I say? They had 6 wrestlers ranked in the top 10, and 4 of those ranked in the top 5 as well. So Guthrie and Cushing put on a fun matchup tonight. I just want to thank all of you for tuning into the Guthrie News page. For those of you that stuck it out, it started off rough with the stream. We had a hard time with the connection with the junior high duel. So those parents that were at home watching that, I do apologize. We did our best, and it looks like we found the right recipe for this high school duel because we had a good stream the rest of the way. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for sticking it out. Want to say one more time, thank you for Cushing for allowing us to be here tonight. And want to thank my help tonight, Lindsay Silvas over here on the camera and the score clock. Did a great job as always. Chris Evans at home, thank you so much for all the graphics, for making everything possible. I am Sean Silvas, and this is the Guthrie News page. We want to thank you guys for tuning in. Until next time, Thursday night, this Thursday, we have homecoming in Guthrie in-house. We'd love to see you there. And if you are not able to make it, we will be streaming live on the GNP YouTube page like always. And we will see you guys. That evening should kick off around 6 o'clock. Be checking your listings. We will post the official start time. We will broadcast the homecoming events as well. And then we will have a duel against Blanchard that should be a lot of fun. So we'll see you guys on Thursday night, whether in-house or on the GMP. And thank you guys again for tuning in. And last but not least, go Guthrie.